we all made it in, all good. Touch and go this morning, huh?
Yeah.
I took
Another rainy morning.
I took Olive the whole way because I was like, you know what? If I'm going to die in a tornado, I'm not doing it on 270. I'll do it on Olive.
Well, I thought you were sending a message to say, stay home, sleep. It's going to be stormy. You guys don't want to risk it.
No, I just said be careful. No, when I came in, I started my drive at 3 o'clock and nothing.
Right.
And I actually said, ooh, a morning without rain.
Sans rain.
This is great.
Yeah, right.
And I drove in with the windows open. It was great.
Yeah.
I feel like we live in the Philippines or something. Somewhere there's a monsoon season. This is just monsoon season.
We're the new Florida.
You know, I get to my desk and 3:45, 4 o'clock, I start seeing emails coming over from listeners saying, hey, I hear it's going to be bad. Be careful. Mm-hmm. And I decided to turn on the TV in our office, and every meteorologist in the area is got their shirts off.
Dude, Steve Templeton's sleeves were rolled up, and that was as I'm getting ready to leave.
Templeton was in?
Yes.
Oh, he got up early to come in, huh?
Tim got up because the sirens were off, and then he got up. He put Templeton on. I'm making my coffee, leaving, and I thought to myself, God bless this man. I mean, Steve Templeton.
He's always on call.
He is.
Jeez, that's a tough gig.
I guess he knew, the severe weather's rolling in. Got to be ready. It's Temple time.
It's Temple time.
So I wonder on those nights if he just crashes at the station, maybe?
I think he lives there.
I think they have like a Cardinal
No,
Way
I think he actually lives
apartment
there.
for
I
him.
think he actually has his own
awesome.
setup. He's got his own little kitchenette.
Yeah, a little sweet.
Just a Steve.
Steve's room.
Steve hot plate.
Steve's room. Keep out.
Steve's hot plate. That's great.
No, and I'm sitting at my desk and I'm listening, and I'm starting to hear the rain come down. Then the tornado sirens go off here in Creve Coeur. I guess it's across the street.
The siren?
I guess the siren's across the street. It is loud.
At the fire department,
firehouse?
maybe?
Yeah, my wife then calls and says she's in the basement with the kids, and there were reports of damage in Sullivan.
Dang.
Well-known Sullivan bar significantly damaged by early morning storms. The One More Pub and Grub heavily damaged by the storm. The bar was previously known as the Hilltop Lounge. Storm hit the building around 4. They're talking about tornadoes in Oklahoma yesterday, some pretty significant ones. So, hope everybody's all right.
Have you seen the whole grand shot of how big this storm cell is? It goes from parts of Alaska through Canada all the way down to where we're at.
Huge.
That's huge.
Huge
Yikes.
storm system.
Monsoon season.
It is.
Yeah, it's been a lot of rain.
So much, man.
Which is good because I was worried my yard would never be muddy.
Yeah. You don't want that yard to dry out.
No, I love it.
That means dust.
Let me ask you this. My father-in-law is coming in town today for some sort of golf tournament. That doesn't happen, right? It's too soggy out there.
Those courses dry fast.
Yeah, those guys play golf pretty much.
Golfers are psycho, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going out there? Like, why? You're all dressed nice. Like, why go out in the mud?
Well, is it supposed to rain later on today? Or is this it?
I think this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks is in town, so she clears the the weather.
I say a good golfer doesn't get muddy. He just stays on the fairway the whole time.
Okay, so Stevie Nicks is in town. So the storm rolls in before Stevie gets through town
And
to
it
cleanse.
clears up. And then all of us witches will be at the Enterprise Center tonight.
Are you going?
I am.
I wondered. I couldn't find a single broom yesterday at the store.
Yep. We stocked up.
I didn't know where those went.
All you witches are going to be riding at Enterprise tonight.
Yeah.
King Scott's going to the freaking cards game, dude. Coolest tickets of all time.
You got green
Cards
seats?
tickets?
No, he's got even.
What?
Oh, I got
Even
the
specialer.
ultimate tickets you can't buy.
Even specialer.
What do you mean you can't?
You can't buy these tickets.
You have to know.
So
polo?
he's all the way in right field. But I don't even know what these tickets are.
They're like a private box.
Yeah.
But it's not a box. It's like on the wall.
Outfield.
Comes with concessions. Like this cat's gonna have a party.
What are they called? What are these seats called?
They're not called anything.
Don't know.
They don't exist.
Yeah.
These are not the tickets you're looking for.
Yeah, you can't find them.
I'm doing the Jedi wave.
So I do. Yeah, I need to reach out to our boys, Polo and Ben, and because I was invited to come out Sunday, and then wasn't able to. So I feel bad, and now I'm gonna be there tonight. So I need to say sorry.
Are these their tickets?
No, I don't think so.
No, there's Selena's tickets.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez, right on.
Yep. Selena Gomez.
That's what, I
Crazy.
mean, she owns a section of
Crazy.
Busch
And
Stadium.
probably in every ballpark.
Yeah, she's a big
She
baseball fan.
has
A couple of seats.
she has a couple seats at every ballpark. She's
Yep.
not using them tonight.
And she calls people
She
personally.
goes, this team sucks. Who wants my tickets?
Who wants them?
They're gonna catch fire tonight.
Dude, what
Just
the
wait.
heck is happening?
Listen,
We're okay.
6:45 game tonight, so it's not that late.
No, and how fast it's been going. I'm like, do I? Because normally I would bolt by the fourth or fifth.
You'll be
inning,
out of there
but-
by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Yeah,
I
you'll be
will
fine.
not be out of Stevie Nicks by 9. I'll probably still have my bell sleeves on tomorrow morning.
Oh, so you're going to be dragging ass.
So where's that?
tomorrow, right?
Where's that one at? The concert.
That's at
Enterprise.
Enterprise. So I'll be downtown too.
Is that sold out?
L traffic.
No, but everybody I know is going, so I feel like it should be sold out, but I don't think it is.
Hey, after that, let's just go to DB's. Let's party. Let's
You
make
want
it real.
to? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
tempt
let's
her.
I
party.
need you guys sharp tomorrow.
She'll do it.
No, I already got invited to DB's. Kenny Strode, Iggy from TMA, is our sister station, is like, hey, we're going to go to DB's before. Do you want to take the golf cart with us down to Enterprise? I go, absolutely not. Like,
Not a terrible idea.
Not a terrible
It's
idea.
not a
but
terrible
no,
idea.
thank you. That is the last place because you get to DB's and it's like a vortex that you can't get sucked out of.
Oh yeah, no, it's a tractor
So-
beam. You can't leave.
Yeah.
No, if you got tickets to a show, you have to leave.
But
No,
then
no,
my
no.
car
You
is
still have
at
to go
DB's,
back now.
and it's like
Just don't
let's
go
do-
inside.
Well,
Have
how do you not
have
go
some
inside?
self-control.
Go outside. It's gonna be a nice night. They got the patio there.
You have work tomorrow.
food
Yeah, but we
is
have so many
good.
friends. I know what she's saying. It's a tractor
Yeah.
beam, and you're trying to say goodbye. And this is why I just
No,
leave
because
because
this
the
doesn't go.
Midwestern.
No,
You
It's
have
a
the
Midwestern-
energy
you
going. You can't.
you
slow
can't
down
turn it
yet.
around to I don't say goodbye to people.
It's a
I do
Midwestern
say goodbye
tractor
though,
beam.
so I would get sucked in.
Yep.
Precisely.
No.
Then they'd be like, "Oh, here's the nachos,"
No,
and then I'm
no.
hello to
Have some self-control for God's
Oh,
sakes.
here's
Right.
the nachos.
Have some
I'm gonna
self-control
have-
and just say, guys, I got to work tomorrow.
We're gonna be decked out, looking
Sorry.
like Stevie Nicks. Everybody's gonna look hot as hell.
All
going
you
to the
guys who
show.
go to work at 9 or could roll in at 10, whatever.
I almost
Sorry.
took tomorrow off. If Rafe would have been here, I would have not been here tomorrow. But I'm,
Well, I
I'm
thank
coming
you
in.
for your service.
Thank you.
So brave.
I'm gonna be here tomorrow, looking like trash. So I hope you're all ready.
It's gonna go great.
It's gonna be great.
I just can't do anything during the week. I was telling Moon before.
Yeah,
Before the show, I'm like,
because Selena was offering us all tickets, and
I'm
he's
like,
like,
I can't do anything during
can't
the
do
week.
it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
See, I'm still young, so I can do these things.
Good point.
Sorry,
Do it.
guys.
I'm gonna do it.
It takes me 4 days to recover. Listen, I used to do gigs on Thursday nights, bikini contests. I'd be out at the Hot Shots in O'Fallon, Illinois, and just come to the radio station.
Ah, your youth.
Ah.
Yes.
What, 15 years ago? Can't do it anymore.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm doing this for the White Witch. Okay, she's in town. We have to all.
understand.
It's a coven. We have to all be there. It's a meeting. So
I get it. And then you're going away on Friday.
yeah. Thursday. I leave Thursday.
Oh, you leave Thursday. Okay,
Yeah,
so your
after the
sister's
show.
graduating.
Yeah, my sister is graduating from law school on Friday.
Graduation season is upon us. And more here, guys. Graduation season. The kids have, 3 more weeks of school left?
Yep.
So you got your high school graduations, your college graduations now. Did you get your sister a gift?
I did. I'm giving her a big wad of cash because that's what she needs.
All right. So her present is not just your presence.
No, I give her money for graduations.
She can be a lawyer. You're in radio, but you're giving her money.
I told her. I said, "Look, she's got loans."
I don't think lawyers do as well as you think.
No, she will. Her starting gig in Colorado is great. I mean, she's already got a job. Like she's not even
Which
graduated
is
yet.
wonderful. So you
Yeah.
figure 10 years to get out of the crippling debt from university, and then everything's all gold from there.
She's trying to do it in 5. She's trying to pay that debt off.
Good.
In 5. Yeah.
Wow, it's awesome.
No, I told her. I go, hey, I'm gonna go on a suing spree after you get your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what-
I go, I'm not
Sue
paying
everybody.
you.
Is she doing like fun law, or is it something like
Please tell me it's
She's doing
entertainment.
feel good law. So she's doing not feel good, but like she's
Hippie law?
No, she's doing family law. So she's helping kids.
Oh, okay.
Which is great. That's
Oh,
right up
that's
her alley.
heavy, boy.
And she's already worked on some cases, and it's so heavy. I don't even know how she's gonna do it, but I'm so proud of her.
Family law.
I'd be crying the whole time.
Yeah, that's heavy stuff, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of sad
Like,
situations.
not
You're
even-
seeing families in their most broken periods.
Yeah, man. You're seeing kids not having anybody on their side because the two sides or whatever are trying to figure it out for themselves.
Yeah.
And like the kids usually get screwed the most.
That's some heroic stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good on her.
Hey, who are some of the commencement speeches around here?
Oh,
There was one that was like wacky.
yeah. Who? It was the chick from
Is it Jennifer Coolidge?
Jennifer Coolidge at Wash U. Yeah.
Jennifer
Okay.
Coolidge spoke at Wash U.
No,
she's
she
going
is
to.
doing the commencement speech.
You kidding?
No
How do I get
way.
a ticket?
Okay, and no offense to Jennifer Coolidge, but Wash U is one of the most prestigious schools
Yes.
in the nation.
Yes.
And you have Stifler's mom.
She's
That's a character,
amazing.
Rizz.
She's
I don't know.
changed herself over the years.
Let me
She's
She's
not
not just
hilarious. Like that is an awesome one.
Oh,
She's great in White Lotus.
Captains of a captain of industry not giving a
She was
Well,
on,
John-
motivational speech at Wash U.
wasn't
John
she in
Hamm
Seinfeld?
did it.
She was the masseuse.
Yeah, that's right.
She was good in Legally Blonde. I mean, she's
She's
sweetie.
good in
She plays a
everything.
ditz.
She's brilliant.
But that's her role is like she plays a ditz.
Yeah, she got typecast. After,
Even in the commercial she's doing now.
She's funny.
after a minute, Christopher Guest helped that out. I think.
Oh, Best in Show.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great actress, and we've had her on the show. Very nice lady. But it doesn't really fit for me. $80,000 a year to send your kid to Wash U, and Stifler's mom's giving the commencement speech.
Yeah, maybe she's brilliant, man.
Maybe. I just thought I was
I got a feeling Wash U's not hiring any first-time commencement speechers. You know what I'm saying? She's probably done this before.
Let's see here.
Well, the fact that you said speecher, you are not Wash U material.
Huh?
What?
You are not Wash U material.
No, I'm comedy material. That's what I'm doing here.
Oh yeah, John Hamm is delivering it for Slew.
Dang.
She was listed as in the top 100 most influential people in the world.
So suck on that, Rizz.
Yeah, dude.
Where's John Hamm on that list?
Yeah.
Not even on it.
Nope.
Yeah, but that's Slew.
Man, how lucky is Slew to have
Here's some
hot-ass
more-
John Hamm
All
coming
right, here's
up
some
in
more
there.
reasons why she deserves it. She dated Chris Kattan at one point, so that's pretty
Friend
cool.
of the show.
No way.
True.
He's in town next weekend.
Oh, she's in
wow.
town too. Let's get those two together.
That was making sense.
It's like the keymaster meeting the
Cupid.
gatekeeper.
Yeah, kind of is. Oh my gosh! I mean, if you had to pick two actors to replace those actors, you got them right. Oh my gosh! That's funny, dude.
May have goes of the Gozerian here.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
What other colleges around here?
Well, Slew, Wash U, what else do we need to know about? Webster University, do they have a commencement speech happening?
You ever listen to Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford?
Was that the one where you told everybody they're not special?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
dude.
I like that. It was good.
Erica Josephson, the executive producer of NBC News Daily, will do the commencement speech for Webster
Okay,
University
Webster.
this weekend.
What else?
That one, that Jobs one, and the Jim Carrey one that makes its way everywhere every year. Those are probably my two favorite.
Let's see, Brian Mahaffey, the coordinator of Major League Medical Service for the St. Louis Cardinals, will be the speaker for Missouri University.
Okay. What about Mizzou?
Mizzou.
What else is around here?
There's Lindenwood.
There's St. Louis Community College, Merrimack.
I'm doing that one.
There's
They got Lern Elwell.
Hello,
St. Louis
everybody.
Community College, Flow
Talk
Valley.
about radio.
There's St. Charles Community College. I only know the community college. That was my circuit.
Yeah. Who's giving the commencement at Fontbonne?
Fontbonne's going away. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They ran out of money or something.
know.
And Wash U, I think,
Yeah.
is buying the buildings. Crazy, right?
Yeah. And that we talked about, that's a college that's been around for 100 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met some impressive young folks down at the Soccer 101 podcast when we were doing it. I was like, where are you guys going to school? I was like, going to Fontbonne this year. What about next year? He goes, I don't know, man. It's
Closing
close
up.
to school.
Gosh.
Who from Mizzou?
Can't find anybody.
Oh, yeah, Lindenwood.
Lindenwood's. That's a
I
good
don't
school.
see anyone for Lindenwood yet.
Lindenwood's on the up and up. Right?
Stifler's mom for Wash U.
It's pretty huge.
Again, $80,000 a year. Send my kid to Wash U. Stifler's mom's giving the commencement.
Well, bigger. I mean, it's a bigger name than the others that you've said so far, other than John Hamm.
Yeah, but don't you want the commencement speaker to be somebody who inspires?
You think that's it? Like, hey, how did you get to where you are in your career? Well, the commencement speaker at my graduation
No,
was
it's supposed
so
to
and
be-
so.
it's supposed
It
to be
really
a-
threw me into.
It's supposed to be a rally.
Yes.
Send you off into the world.
Nobody cares about this. I think half of the kids don't even want to be there.
I don't even remember who. I went
just
to
wanna
Illinois State.
complain.
I don't remember who did our commencement speech.
I'm
in
just
Right.
complaining.
07.
But if it was a big famous name, you would. They're buying the name, dude. And I bet you she's brilliant at
I
it.
bet she is. I'm sure it's going to be great.
She did go to Emerson College.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
Emerson, why do I know that? Is it?
It's up in Boston.
Oh, it's a big
Now, you
one.
remember high school graduation? Do you remember that well?
Sort of, yeah.
No.
I don't remember anything hearing it, but I remember I can see things in my brain. Mainly the photos we took after the ceremony. I can still see those, and obviously because they're photos. That's the only memories I have. I don't remember like walking across and feeling any different.
Yeah, that was one of those, like, do I have to go? And my parents were like,
Yeah, you gotta go.
And it
You
was
should
hot.
go to this.
You have those big
Yeah, the gowns.
gowns on. Oh man,
We
the robes.
it rained, so ours was inside.
My wife did not walk. She did not go to her college graduation. She didn't care. She's like, I got the degree. I don't need the ceremony.
Yeah, but you don't do it for you. You do it for your parents.
I know. And she says to this day, she's like, I still think my mom hasn't forgiven me.
Yeah, you don't do it for you. You do it for your parents. Stop being selfish. Your parents paid for this.
Oh yeah.
They didn't pay for the ceremony.
They paid for college, and that goes with it.
Listen, man, I got so many kids.
It comes with a free. They paid for the college. It
You're
comes,
lucky if they paid for your college.
I don't need to
Sometimes
go
they
to all
didn't.
these.
Yeah. I think, like, when I went to community college, there was something where it was, you didn't have to pay as much or something if you didn't go to the ceremony.
What?
If I remember right. They
Yeah,
just
you
mail
didn't
you the certificate.
Well, that's right because we had to buy the cap and gown.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yes.
So I think they save you some money if you get to just let them ship it to you.
Oh man.
And but I never got that far, so I didn't have to worry.
My sister's killing me because, so this is grad school, this is law school, and the weird floppy, I keep calling her Ratatouille because she's got this weird, it's not like the little square hats that we're all envisioning. Like once you get up to that level of education, it's like the floppy
Yes.
chef's hat, and she looks so damn ridiculous. And she's got the cutest little bod and like a dress on. She goes, "How am I supposed to rock this?"
Right.
It's
That's law school. They don't have the.
It's like a chef in a beret. It's like a chef
Yeah.
is going into war. So.
What do they call those? The hats? Something board?
What?
What do they call the hats?
I don't know. I only did one.
Let me find the. She'll kill me.
I know
when
I
I'm
did
doing
not
this
throw
to
my
her.
hat in the air because I don't want to lose it.
Oh, I threw mine in the air and I walked out. And you're like, cool. That's
Might as
the
well
end.
throw it right in the
See you
garbage.
later.
You take the tassel and you move it over to the other side, right?
Oh, I took
Rite of
both my
passage.
tassels and moved them around.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
too,
take
Scott.
those, yeah. Yeah, ours was inside. It poured that day, and it was hot.
Well, we had done something, because you get out a little bit before everybody else, right? Like I think you have like 2 or 3 fewer days than most people. So you've already been out of school. Then you do the graduation party, or what do they call that when it was like a lock-in or something? I think we went to Webster University and we did a lock-in, right? Like a party, like a last hurrah. Yeah, and there's giveaways and all this stuff, and you swim and you.
Oh, well, that's why they don't want you going out to get hammered.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Well, either way, I think
That's why they do those lock-ins.
well, all that stuff was done before the ceremony, so it was like God, can't I get rid of it? I'm trying to shake this school off. I'm done with this,
Thank
and
you,
now I got to
Jeffrey.
go back.
It's called a mortarboard.
Mortar.
Mortar.
Not motor.
Motorboat?
Motor. It's called
motorboat.
motorboating.
That's pretty
No.
cool.
A mortarboard. Yeah, those lock-ins are just to keep you in so you don't get hammered.
Oh well, I wasn't interested in that anyway. But you do the party, so you do all the stuff, the send off, the have a great life, sign each other's yearbooks or whatever the heck it might be, and you like, hey, this was fun. And then a few more days goes by, and the summer has started, and your life has started, and then they're like, oh yeah, graduation is this weekend. Spend a few hours with us again.
Yeah, I know we had a party at my house, like family party. I don't know what I did after graduation. I think I was so grateful to just get the hell out of there.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I didn't even buy a yearbook.
Oh, I loved yearbook. I was on the yearbook staff.
I didn't even buy a yearbook. And I do regret that.
You do?
Yeah, I should have bought one.
As if you would know where it is right now.
It'd be in a box somewhere.
Oh, come on.
Exactly. It's something your kids have to throw away someday.
Nah. No, I have my parents' yearbooks that from the 70s. I love yearbooks.
I would you know what? To be honest with you, Moon, I would like to go through my yearbook if I had one.
Buddy, we could get you one. You can order those still. Like, trust me, I was the editor of my yearbook. You can find, like, whatever year you want. You can go to the publication and they can reprint it.
Really?
Yes. Or we'll find it on eBay. We'll find you one.
eBay.
Yeah, I'll look it up now.
Or Facebook
Clarkson South High
Marketplace.
School.
What year was this?
Class of 96. I would go through it.
Oh, it's so much fun. I go through mine every couple of years. Like we have them in my living room. I got a big old bookshelf, and I got all the Tim's yearbooks and my yearbooks. And I'll go through and just get curious and go on a little stalker route on Facebook.
Every once in a while, you
What's
see
he
on
up to?
social media like a montage video of high school from like 1995, 96, and I get teary-eyed. I'll be honest with
Yeah,
you.
man.
In West Nyack.
West Nyack, yes.
Yeah.
Nyack. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I mean, you can spend some money and get this thing.
Oh, I don't.
How much money?
You know, I don't know. I feel like
How
I gotta
much money am
sign
I
up for
willing to
this crap.
spend to go into the time machine?
$30.
Max
Okay.
$50.
In
Okay.
print, they have a 1980, a 1984, and a 1987. Let me try to see.
No,
if I can-
96 specifically.
I know I'm getting there.
We'll
man.
get him the older one too.
Yeah, I'll take an 88 and an 86.
Cool. My uncle was in
An
that
88, 86, and a 96.
Let's see. Oh, you missed your 20-year high school reunion.
Yeah, I know I did.
one. Ah.
Let's see. Here's all the posts that are getting that ready. You know, I don't know, but I'm sure Lern's right. You could probably find like these companies that
Jostins or whatever their names are. That's who printed them here. Jostins.
I don't know. I didn't buy one. I regret it.
what's it called? West Nyack.
Nyack, yes.
Yeah, your kids might get curious about that one day. Maybe. I don't know. Kids
One
are so
day.
different these days.
Sure.
Select school.
I don't think you need to buy one every year.
Oh. Yeah,
There it is,
you do.
Clarkstown
Kids
South.
listen to Auntie Learn on the radio.
You don't need to
Get the
buy one
yearbook.
every year. You're senior one.
Yeah. See, it makes you go through all this kind of crap, and then you gotta sign up for classmates.
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I'm not signing up for classmates.
This is the world.
I'm not. That's
What if you went to
That's
your
a whole thing.
20-year class reunion and everybody's just like you? Like all curmudgeon-y and not wanting to be there. It's a whole thing.
I already passed my 20 year.
So we look forward to 30.
Yeah.
What year?
96.
Okay, so
So my 30's coming up.
Dude, yeah,
you
that's
have to
wild.
go. We
Do
all
they
will
do a
go.
30?
Yeah. They
It's
keep
just
doing them.
There is no official nothing. It's somebody that still cares, puts it together, throws it up on Facebook, and now you're doing a 30.
class
The coolest one I ever got to
yeah,
go
it's,
to.
it's supposed to be, right?
The only class reunion I've ever gone to was the year after my dad passed. It was like his, I don't know what it had been, like 45, 50th, whatever it was. Anyways, the class invited my mom and I to come down there. So I got to meet all his old buddies and people he went to school with.
See?
And they
Oh,
had
that's
all
nice.
these stories. It was
That is
awesome.
really cool.
That's
It
nice.
was very special.
30.
You know what? That makes. I wonder. Do kids go to their parents' class reunions?
I don't think normally.
No.
Because I would kind of want to do that down
It
in
would
West
be
Frankfurt.
fun. You hear the stories.
Yeah.
And get
Like,
to
go
learn
with
more
them?
about them.
Yes.
Man, it is wild to think my 30th. My 30th is coming up.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I am
crazy.
excited. I want to go to my. I've never been to one yet.
I
wanna
haven't
go.
either.
I wanted to go to the 20th, but I was on tour or something. It
They
was
used to send me things, and now they stopped.
like, send you things.
It's like he has not come
They found
once.
me.
They physically send you things?
I got one for my 10 year.
See, I would hear like a rumor from a random friend that they saw it on Facebook. I would never get
No, I got something in the mail. I'm like, how'd they find me? I'm in like witness protection.
I was interested
Except
in
I'm
going.
on the radio, on the #1 radio show in St. Louis. Thank you.
Yeah, baby.
That's
It's
witness
not named
protection.
after you.
I'm on the radio. Nobody listens to radio. It might as well be
Oh.
witness protection. Am I right, radio people?
They
Hello.
listen. 98% listen.
You know, that's why I was interested in the 20th, because they say like your 10th is just obnoxious because everybody's just trying to show off and like, ooh, look what I am.
Yeah.
And then the 15 is like everybody kind of starting to settle down. And by the 20s, you're in pleated khakis and you don't care. And you're
Hell
just like,
yeah.
oh, man,
Yeah.
hey, it's good to see you again. Yeah, I don't care what you do.
Everyone's kind of put on some weight.
Hey,
You know what I mean? Like,
No, when I go to my
everybody's
30th,
just
if
happy
I
to see each
go-
other again.
Oh, you're going. We're all going.
I'm going to start rehashing old grudges.
It's time.
I had a problem with you, and you, and you.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Oh, there's Brad again. Screw you, Brad.
Brad and Chris.
Wait to say
had a
that
problem
for
with you.
30
Let me say this.
years.
Nobody that you
don't
want
need to
to
go.
be at the reunion is ever there. I went to the 15, I think, and the 10th, and the people that I really was hoping to see didn't arrive, and that sucked. And then now, will they come to
You
the
didn't coordinate?
Were these boys or were these girls?
Oh, yeah, they were boys. They were the most gorgeous boys in high school, and they're all too cool or in prison now.
You
so
know,
it
they
really
probably were
sucks.
there, but their face fell off.
No,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying? Like all the guys that peaked in high school probably didn't look like themselves.
Well, you're right, but I still want to take a good look at them.
Are you hoping that they'll be ugly? Like, you turn me down.
I genuinely want everybody to look great, and I want to see everybody looking their best and not dead, and I want that for everybody. And I want to arrive, and I want them to think that of me.
What if I go and everybody, the whispers, oh my God, he's here. The guy who keeps trying to put himself on the notable alumni list on Wikipedia.
God, so pathetic.
So pathetic.
Yeah. Was it Beelzebub will be at the front?
Zimzalabim.
Yeah.
A guy named Zimzalabim keeps trying to take me off it.
He's at the front door and he goes, whoa. Where do you think you're going, Scott Rizzuto? You don't belong here.
You don't belong here.
Yeah.
You go in the non-notable door, please.
Yeah, I figure I got my own entrance. Notable alumni.
Here I am.
Oh, man.
So 3 from my class. Me, Allison Hagendorf, and Adam Shine.
Ooh, yeah, Allison's a little cooler than you.
Yeah, well.
She's got so many abs, dude.
I know. She got abs. I got no abs. I got belly. I got dad bod belly fat. That's fine.
But she's a famous broadcaster now in rock and roll, as is Scott Rizzuto.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Like, I don't get
dude,
it.
Adam Shine is a famous sports broadcaster.
Oh, man, so you got a lot of competition.
Yeah, we had a good...
So were you friends with any of them?
Yeah.
So all 3 of you make a living talking. It must have been the most talkative class ever. Your teachers were probably...
We were chatty.
Just chirp in the hallway.
We were chatty. But, listen, 30 years, if they have it in St. Louis, I'll go.
Hey, tell me something. Are your kids, are you hearing this kind of stuff at the dinner table that, like, the teachers at your kids' schools are saying, these are some of the worst classes ever? You got a middle schooler still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the middle schoolers, how about I get in trouble with this? The middle schoolers said that they overhear the teachers all the time talking about how their classes are like the worst they've ever seen, behavior-wise, just like gnarly, like tough.
They've been saying that since I was in high school.
I know, and I was listening to this chatter, and I was like, I was buying it. I was just like, whew, man, it must be rough, dude. And then my son's like, well, you know, her class is even worse. The 7th grade class, they're saying, is just the worst they've ever seen. And I'm buying it, and then I go, wait a second. Did they say that about us? I don't remember.
I don't know. I think middle school teachers, and as I said, and this is, by the way, Teacher Appreciation Week. So I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here. You middle school teachers are, deserve more money than any other teacher. And I think maybe you have like some kind of like PTSD where you forget the last year.
Yeah.
You forget the last year of what you did, the last year's class, and then you think every year is the worst year you've ever had.
I don't know. Maybe I just have like a sweet rose-colored glasses on. But I remember certain teachers saying like, they're going to miss us because this was the best. This was the best class they've ever had. And crying at the end of the year. And I'm thinking, dang, man, we are pretty cool.
That was some of my teachers in middle school. Not all of them, though.
Yeah, like we are good folks, right? Like,
I was part of a couple worst classes ever.
We know.
No way.
What were you doing?
I was never a ringleader.
Oh,
I don't think I
good.
was.
Your reign hadn't
He
begun.
was just a follower, right?
I was never a ringleader. No, I was an observer and possibly an instigator. But I never really got my hands dirty. I mean, there were some kids that were bad. We had school shut down for 3 days because of 2 brothers that poured motor oil in the school.
Yeah.
Like in the whole first floor.
Did it
motor
get the
oil.
school going? Did it get the school going?
Yeah, it's finally started running.
Everything was well lubricated, Scott.
Smart kids.
Everything. And they followed the trail of footsteps back to their house.
That's the best.
I feel like
Amateurs.
Idiots.
I feel like we were a part of a couple best classes ever. And I still see every once in a while an elementary school teacher. My 5th grade teacher came to see me at Together Credit Union like a year or 2 ago. It was the coolest freaking thing, dude. That guy was so inspiring to me. Like changed the course of my life. Inspiring. My 2nd, my 4th, and my 5th grade teacher were incredible, and I've seen all of them.
Remember I think last year we talked about around this time, like the teacher that really inspired me was like my media teacher in high school, Mr. Schuster, and we found out he passed.
Yeah, last year we found that out.
Yeah, bummer.
Yep, that is a bummer.
That was the guy.
Yeah, my both years of kindergarten were the best kindergarten classes I ever had.
Good. Maybe the man you are today.
Wait a second, that's true, right?
Yeah. I flunked kindergarten.
Oh,
Happens. You know.
Nathan
they just
says-
wanted to keep you there.
That's
I
the
guess
best.
so.
Yeah.
Nathan on the feedback says the queen would never get her hands dirty. Yeah, that's right. My subjects do it. By the way, my wife got home yesterday from Disney.
Yeah, she spent some time down in Florida.
Tuesday, almost a week. So Tuesday to yesterday, came home with the daughter. Big cheer competition down there.
Let's be honest, though, she was really down there house hunting for the Rizzuto retirement plan.
Sure.
I found out the other day my brother-in-law now wants to move down there. So my wife's brother.
Cool. So the whole family.
Unbeknownst to me. Unbeknownst to me.
He's leaving us, St. Louis. He's going to
Unbeknownst
Florida.
to me. And the dude's already sending me real estate. Anyway.
Cool. Make sure it's on high ground. That's all I ask.
It's yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so she gets back from Disney. What a racket this thing is.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
Not Disney. Not Disney. The whole cheer thing.
Oh,
The
I was
cheer,
like, dude,
the cheer competition.
you said that they freaked out about how awesome Disney was.
No, my wife loved it, and my daughter loved it. So this whole national cheer competition thing. So they work all season. They do all these tournaments out of state, even locally. And if you're a cheer parent, you know.
Yes.
You know what this is all about. You compete for a bid to the Summit competition, which is the big cheerleading competition in Disney at the ESPN, whatever, down there. And that's all these girls work towards. Getting a Summit bid. So they compete on Friday, and if they do well on Friday, they compete on Sunday.
How'd we do?
So we got to Friday, and we didn't do well enough to compete Sunday. But you can't buy a ticket home because you don't know whether you're going to make it to the weekend or not.
Right.
It would cost more to change your ticket than actually stay down there because you got to cancel your hotel and all, that whole thing.
Right.
So for about a 3-minute routine, you got to spend 6 days down there.
Oh, my gosh.
But is that why they strategically place it near something like Walt Disney so you have other things to do? You're going to get stuck somewhere.
It's that Summit competition. It's been going on for years.
Since the 90s.
That's the whole thing.
Because I think Lindbergh was down there one of the first years that they ever broadcasted on ESPN and, like, phew, took it home, baby. Killed
You know,
it.
it's like, what's it, Bring It On?
Yeah.
It's like that kind of cheer competition, from what I'm imagining. But they love Disney. I mean, my daughter, it was always her dream to go, and she went, and they did it upright.
It is mind-blowingly cool. It really is. And what did your wife say that I was trying to tell everybody?
The price of food there is not that bad.
It's great. It's cheaper than any ball
She
game.
said
It's
they
anything.
do everything. Everything is top-notch. She goes, you can't even imagine how every little piece of Disney World is thought out.
It's perfect.
Every little thing.
It really is.
I've been there, you guys.
It puts
I know.
everything.
When were you there?
You guys are like
when
trying
was
to
the last
convince
time
me.
you were there?
2013, 2012.
Okay, so okay. Maybe even since then it's come.
Well,
Sure.
it's definitely is.
Come even farther.
The iPhone was only out for 5 years by that point.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably going to go next year.
Here we
Take
go.
me.
Whoa.
You take the
it's
RV?
happening. How'd you guys all
Next
become?
year.
Wow.
I don't know. They were in Star Wars Land, wherever the hell that is.
Yeah, that's
And it looks so cool.
On
Hollywood
Saturday,
Studios.
they were at Star Wars Land on
Star Wars. Is that what it's called?
That's called Galaxy's Edge.
whatever it is.
But, you'll get there if you
And
say
they were
we're
on
in
May the
Star
4th
Wars
on
land.
Star Wars Day.
Oh,
they were
that's
at
cool.
Star
Was
Wars
Yoda
Land.
there? Was Baby
Yeah.
Yoda
Everything
there?
was there.
Wow.
Everything was there.
Man.
My wife said so many nerds with lightsabers, it was crazy. And she could just to sit on a bench and watch was just breathtaking. It was unbelievably awesome. And even she goes, you got to come next year.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd lose your mind.
You know, my son, who, is an angsty, teenage boy, he's like, at first, like, yeah, I'm glad we didn't go, right? High five, Dad, it's dude time.
Cool.
And I see him looking at the pictures, and I can see the kind of like, oh, man, maybe we should go next year.
Yeah.
At least while he could enjoy it and still be a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
We don't got to do the girly cheerleader stuff. We could just, just the guys go off on
I
our
thought you
own.
were meant he was excited to go hang with the cheerleaders.
He'll love it.
Heck yeah.
We were discussing, actually, our teenagers were discussing, like, hey, if we do this next year, would you let us, kind of be free in the parks? And that's like oh, man, you would think, like, by the time I was like 9 or 10, I was just fine.
Yeah.
Be back here at this restaurant in 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we would probably do that because we'd have a 16, 15, and 15-year-old there.
Right.
The youngest would
Yeah,
probably
it's-
stay with us.
You got 3 of the kids that could drive.
Well, not quite, but yeah, almost.
Well, you got 16 and 2 15-year-olds?
Not right now, but by next year.
By next year,
we'll have a driver and 2 permits.
A driver and 2 permits. Of course they could go by themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
They're going to be trusted with a death machine?
You're right.
And not be trusted walking around Disney?
You're right.
Thank you. And your kids could thank me too. Anyway.
Well, the reason we did it like this this year, stay together, was A, we're trying to make family members, and B, with the app, it made it so easy to have our lightning lane thing, just have the whole family get in line at certain times.
Right.
God, dude, the organization is awesome.
And we went with, my wife is good friends with a Disney planner.
Who also helped us.
Julie. She said, God bless Julie, kind of planned everything out for us. You got to go in there with a plan, and that's what they did. But here, so of course I heard the good stuff, and then when my daughter, went to go unpack her suitcase, then the real stories came.
What were the real stories?
Well, and my wife has pretty much got the same personality as me. Mm-hmm. That's why we're so in love. We are same.
You are.
And we have
we are same.
We've been together since 1999, no. We are same.
You is me, me is you.
You're so happy talking about it. I love it.
And we make it work. We're a good team. As I mentioned, when she was away, the whole operation at home was in shambles. I was a disaster, but it's fine. She came home to a very clean house.
Did she see your burn mark on your hand? Because that happened like immediately after she left.
Yeah, I burned the hell out of my hand. It's fine.
Okay.
She didn't notice. She didn't notice any injuries. So the dogs are okay. The boys are all right. The house is clean. Everything okay. But somehow she was roped into being the team mom. The cheer team mom. I go, and I remember when it first happened. I go, what the how? You're not team mom material.
What?
This is not something. I remember all the team moms on all the baseball teams I was on, even for Boy Scouts. Like the team moms were, I don't know, loving.
She's loving. She's got her crap together. She can handle it.
Cookie baking ladies. I don't know.
Nice.
I just don't see you as a team mom.
Did she have to deal with a lot of crying teenagers? Is that because I feel like that's what the team mom deals with, is like the emotions of the team.
Yeah.
No, I guess what happened was nobody volunteered. And I think the owner of the gym was like, hey, can you help us out here? And she's like, fine. So she had to plan the big dinner for the team. Mm-hmm. The big team dinner at Disney. And she was racking her brain. It's like, 20 girls plus, guests. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So she booked the Rainforest Cafe.
Oh,
yeah, right.
You can't lose.
Nice.
The Rainforest Cafe.
Surely no one will complain about this.
Oh, she says, the kids were lovely. She goes, some of these moms were awful.
Oh, no.
Just rotten people.
Complain about what? The price, the times?
Just doesn't thank anybody. She put this whole thing together. Didn't thank her. Bitched about stuff. It's like,
So wild.
Bummer.
Sucks.
Like the words that she used, I cannot use. It's a thankless list. Yeah, it's a thankless job. You're doing it for, you're doing it for the kids, but some of these other parents just spoiled,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're spoiled because they don't have to plan
because
anything.
they don't have to do it.
Yeah. They get to kind of have more fun.
Complaining.
Right.
I'm in Florida.
I'm in Florida at Disney World with my daughter.
My wife's all stressed out.
Terrible.
Like chasing them down for money. Like we put everything down on our credit card.
Oh, boy.
Get the points, yo.
Get
move.
the points,
That's
yep.
the move.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Nice work,
Chase
man.
Sapphire.
Hey.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Travel points.
Chase.
Get
it's a heavy card,
get
isn't it?
travel
It's
points.
Chase
Yeah.
Sapphire Reserve. Be specific.
Of course. But she's chasing them down for money.
It's the age of Venmo. What do you mean chasing down for money?
Well, you still
Yeah,
gotta
you got to Venmo.
yell at somebody and be like,
Venmo.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa.
what I mean.
Hey.
It's so easy. Like, you don't have to even write a check
Right.
anymore.
You had extra mott sticks.
I'm like, this
Venmo.
is why. No, it's like she had to prepay for everybody.
What do you mean prepay?
Golly.
Like since it was a big party, you got to like prepay for a certain amount of food. And
You kidding?
Oh yeah,
Dang.
the whole thing.
Hey, points.
You guys are brave.
Well, listen, it's a thankless job, and
Did you?
to all the team moms out there, kudos to you.
Yeah. Did you get it paid back? Everyone give their money?
Well, a couple knees were broken.
Good.
Okay. Fair enough.
She goes, they can ask me next year. I go, don't do it. You're not, again, this is too much for you.
Our wives are kind of similar in the fact that, like, you know, they can do that job really well and they end up doing them. But my wife, she says every single time she comes back from a first meeting, she's always like, you got to stop me from going to these first meetings. So why? She's like, because I always end up volunteering and I don't want to do any of these things. But I don't know. She goes, something compels me. When they ask for volunteers and nobody says anything, I feel like, oh, you know what? I would do great at this, and I'll volunteer. And now she's a den mother, and now she's a dance mom, and now she's a coach, and now and she's just like, well, you got to stop me from doing this. What am I doing?
She's like, the kids are great. It's the parents. Just deal with parents, and that's why God bless you, teachers out there.
And that's what she says. She's like, it's
deal
usually
with
the parents.
She's so entitled. She goes, some of these women are just so entitled. Ugh, disgusting. You're gross. I remember going to their cheer showcase. Remember a couple weeks ago when the wife was out of town? I had to go to the cheer showcase. That's the one I cried. And
Yeah, you
showing
got
my
all
butt crack.
choked up. Mm-hmm.
I cried and was showing my butt crack.
What?
As dads do.
I like
As
that.
dads do. I was showing my butt crack, and that kind of ruined the moment for me.
Yep.
What are you talking about? I don't know if I know this.
Were you
story.
here? Oh,
He might not have been here.
You may not have been here.
Oh, man.
I mean, I know some butt crack stories, but I don't.
So
I'm
this
not
was the
associating with
big
crying.
showcase they did before they went to Florida. Like all the teams, you know, hey, as a thank you to the parents, here's everything, you know, we've done this year. This is our final like dress rehearsal before we all go down to Florida. So everybody gathers in the gym, and my daughter did her routine. My wife was not with me. She was down visiting her parents. And I watched my daughter do this thing, and I got kind of choked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because she rocked it, and her team looked great. And then I realized my butt crack was showing because I was I was on the gym mat kneeling.
Gosh.
Did you feel a draft? Did you feel the little chill on the crack?
No, I kind of felt my back, and I go, ooh, man, my butt crack's been showing probably for 20 minutes now. Damn it.
Oh, man. You need a new belt, man?
Nah, these jeans ride low.
That's pretty sexy.
You got the low-rise bugle boys?
These jeans ride low. But it took me out of the moment. I started getting choked up.
I don't know if I heard that story before.
No, you may have been away.
Good on you, man. Proud of you.
Yeah.
For
showing emotion.
Yeah. For having emotion.
It was
to be
more
honest.
like, man, I spent a lot of money for this girl to do all these flips.
Money
and this is money well spent because the joy in her face was great.
It was worth it.
It was totally worth it. And I'm like, oh man, all right, taken right out of the moment with my ass crack showing. But before we all went into the gym, you're in the lobby. And man, some of these, I guess, were pre-partying in the parking lot. Didn't realize that was a thing for cheer, and came in just like I was at a dispensary.
Really?
No way.
Damn, dude. Woo!
Pre-party in the cheer display.
In a parking lot. For the I was like, man.
Different world, isn't it?
Different world.
Crazy.
Different world.
That is wild. Never picture that.
Imagine,
okay.
So imagine somebody just coming in and they blasted some 30% whatever. And then they go and they go, oh my God, dude, I'm so high. There's a guy with a beard crying on the mat and his butt crack is out.
Butt crack. I guarantee you people talked about it.
Dude, how awesome.
I guarantee you people were like, look at this guy.
Whoa.
Hey, and you know
there are probably pictures of it too.
And there's a Team Rizz member that's like, big fan of him, and look at him down there with that butt crack, and he's crying. This is so good.
That guy looks like Rizz, but he's showing,
sure.
butt and crying. Can't be him.
Yeah, these are low ride jeans.
Oh, man.
And I just like felt my back. I was like, oh man. I'm like, how long's that been going
Tell me
on?
you were sweating too. You got the little sweat right there, the top of the crack, right, in the small of your back.
Butt crack, sweat.
You tooting some of those hairs just blowing the wind. Yeah, just be thankful you didn't rip one on that gym mat, because that would echo through the whole.
I'm sorry. I can control my farts.
Okay.
Thank you, Scott. But, you know, my wife said, hey, they're probably going to ask me to do it next year. I said, don't do it.
She's gonna forget.
She's not going to forget. I'm going to remind her.
Get the feeling.
I want to
She'll
remind her.
volunteer again.
But, and this goes with every sporting activity, whether it be your kids are in cheer, whether your kids are in hockey or baseball. We're in the middle of, baseball season for kids or soccer. You have the parents that live vicariously through their kids.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know anybody who is way too obsessed with their kid?
Way too obsessed.
Way too obsessed with your kid. And maybe you're way too obsessed with your kid and you don't even know it. This is an interesting thing I read. Listen, everybody loves their kids. You know, it's part of being a parent. You know, the gut-wrenching, heart-pounding love for your children. And we all, you know, think our children are smart, funny, and adorable. Parenting comes with rose-colored glasses. My kid, he defecates gold. He could do no wrong. And some would say that's lucky because if we didn't adore our kids, we'd kill them, right? They're probably right. And then some people find that statement offensive. These people don't love their kids like the rest of us. These people are obsessed. So there are some signs that you are a little too obsessed with your kid.
Oh, I wonder.
Signs that you are obsessed with your kid. And you're going to be listening to this and you go, man, I know a parent just like this.
Yeah, everybody's ears just perked up. Is this me?
Signs you are obsessed with your kid. Number one, every Facebook photo, update status, or video stars your kid. Not most of them, almost all of them. All the pictures look the same. All the potato-ish expressions look the same. Only the status has changed. Caitlin sat up. Addison rolled over. Nothing's safe. Jaden learned to walk. They write about, Thatcher soiling his diaper like, David Attenborough, discovering, a new animal.
Yeah, but that age, you're supposed to be obsessed. You can't crash on somebody for being...
Eventually, like everyone else, you hit ignore and carry on until mommy's posting blissfully to an internet of one grandma. Okay, I'm just saying, these are signs that you are obsessed with your kid. Number two, you use the word we. Like the baby didn't get his 6-month shots. We got our 6-month shots.
I always thought that was like a nicer way to do, say things.
No, this is, I
also thought it's kind of Hooshe, just like...
Like you're obsessed with your kid and you're like, we got our shots today.
We got our shots today, not, little Chris got his shots. We.
But haven't you heard people refer to themselves as we before?
Like the royal we?
Yeah. Or the wee, but...
It shows an unhealthy identification with their kid. If they do that more than maybe say once. You ignore the needs of the public in favor of your kid. So not babies cry on an airplane. Okay, babies cry. Cooped up kids get antsy. But once the author says, my friend was sitting in a restaurant when a woman loudly said that she wasn't going to bother with the car or the bathroom, and then she hoisted her spawn onto the table and changed a smelly, double-ended blowout diaper in front of God and everyone.
Double-ended blowout.
If you're this obsessed with your child at the expense of the general public, you need a reality check, and you are obsessed with your kid.
Yeah, I think, again, that drops into that Hooshe category.
You relate everything back to your kid. Every word or idea that comes out of their mouths has to be referred back to their kid. Mention your dog, and her, immediate response would be, oh, Jalen loves dogs. Mention world peace, and it's like, I hope we solve, our problems so we can have, so we can leave a better place for kids. Kids like Jalen.
Well, that's just nice. I mean,
yeah.
Don't you want to leave it all better for your kids?
I'm just saying, every single thing you have to relate back to your kid. Again, these are all signs you're obsessed with your kid.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna push back I'm gonna make a comment here, because I got a grandson now. He was born in October, and my daughter is obsessed with him, as she should be. And I feel like it's kind of, for those people that hate new parents, or they get annoyed with that, it's kind of a lose-lose, because if you're like this, or like my daughter, you're obsessed with your kid. But if you're not like this, then you're
neglectful.
Yeah, you're a bad parent, and you're ignoring your kid, and you're trying to live
I'm not saying
your young life still, or whatever.
One of these things is one or two of these things. I'm just saying when you put all these things together.
Yeah. Well, listen,
if this all is your existence,
I get it. If it's your first kid though, and they're 6 months old, it's pretty reasonable.
And then listen, you won't talk about anything else except your kid, and you know way too much about you. Who was not, are not the parent, know way too much about this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You've been regaled to tales about their pooping habits, their bedtime routine, their soccer prowess, their math scores. Listen, every parent does some of the stuff some of the time. It's normal. But when you find yourself doing it constantly or doing it more, more than on the regular.
Yeah. In defense,
you may run the risk of being obsessed with your kid.
In defense of the new parents, though, their life has now been completely taken over.
Yes, I understand that.
Every minute is
of
those
course.
kids.
We were all, just two of us were new parents at one point.
Yeah, and it is. That's all. That's all your life is. So if you're not, you don't have a minute to yourself. You don't have a minute for yourself. You don't have a minute for anything. You're just.
This is why we're gonna have a nanny. So that we can just take vacations all the time and come back, see how the kids doing, and then just take another vacation.
Man, we had a couple friends that live that kind of lifestyle, and it's just like, whoa, what the heck is that?
You sleep through the night.
My brother-in-law had an au pair who lived in the house.
Insanity.
Like they had a woman.
Good for them. I don't know. I can't even fathom it. It doesn't make sense.
It was a Ukrainian woman, and she was. They had a couple. They would take care of the kid, and then while all the parents were at work, and then she went to her room.
That's some castle in a kingdom.
Baller.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what that is, man.
Baller.
That is cool.
Yeah. So never again being a team mom. I don't think it's in my wife's DNA.
Good that she did it.
Good that she did it. I think it's the first time.
Yeah.
Did it.
Now we know.
She could put on her resume.
That's right. So, Lern, you are flying out on Friday, or I'm sorry, Thursday to go to your sister's graduation.
Yeah, to Denver.
Interesting thing, when you need to go number 2 on an airplane, what's your first thought?
Oh no.
Is it?
My first thought is don't let my elbow hit the flusher while my is down there.
No, let's say you're in your seat. I'm flying on Saturday.
I'm serious.
But you're already in the toilet. So let's say you're at your seat.
Oh, okay.
And you go, ooh, I got a rumbling.
Yeah.
Ooh, my stomach's bubbling.
Well, first I'm like, can I stand up?
No, the first thought is, can I hold it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not me. Like,
oh, no?
This needs to evacuate immediately.
Nice.
We can't handle this.
Yeah, I do the, can I hold this?
Can I hold it? And you look around. When you need to go to number 2 on an airplane, your first thought is, can I hold it? Because no one wants to. But assuming you can hold it, a travel site called 1 Mile at a Time did a big write-up on how to go number 2 on a plane and the ideal time to go.
Great.
The ideal time to go and how to go. Now, you don't want to feel rushed, and you don't want to stink it up, then find a lot of people outside.
Mm-hmm.
So here is their advice. Heed their advice, guys.
Okay.
The worst times to go, number 2 on a plane, is just after takeoff, right after they serve food, and right before you land. They're all high traffic times for airplane lavatories. And the best time to go is just before they start serving food. Just before they start serving food, that's the best time to go for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, other passengers will be on their seats, so they don't miss the food and the drinks. Number 2, the crew won't be in the galley to hear you punishing that poor toilet. And number 3, once the carts are in the aisle, people can't use the bathroom.
That's a good strategy.
So it's your best shot at having no one waiting outside. Now, other tips, flush as soon as you go, and then again when you're done. And use a ton of soap when you wash up. Most planes have foaming soap, which stronger scent. So it's almost like an air freshener in there.
Maybe after you're done.
I feel like there's so much air moving around in there.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, just light a match in there and let it.
Yep.
Can't do that.
Oh.
So if you are flying, you're welcome.
Thank you.
The more you know.
I got some long flights coming up, and it's been a minute. It's been...
International?
Yeah, it's been since 2019.
2019 since you've pooped on a plane?
Honestly, probably. And I think it was a 12-hour or 13-hour, something around there. There's one flight from Amsterdam, so that's going to be a minute. for sure. I'll be pooping. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed, huh?
Moon, have you ever done the sleeper airlines where they have like a little room for you?
Oh, to lay down? I probably have, but I never had one of those seats.
Those like the really high end.
I remember we used to do these multiple flights that had the 4, 5, or 4, 6, 4, and then they had an upstairs, and the upstairs was either first class. They had. I remember going up there once just to see, and there was like a bar and those lay down seats.
That's crazy.
But man, I never
what's
had,
the
never
what's,
had the
what's
money
the
to be
high
up
end?
there.
Oh, Emirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emirates.
Emirates has those like
And
pods.
Virgin too, I think.
I think I did a
Like those
Virgin
sleep pods.
Yeah, I did a Virgin flight with the double decker.
Yeah. And there's a cool new thing that somebody just patented. Is some aerospace company, and they want to where you can, no matter what jet it is or whatever, they put a glass.
Oh, I just saw that.
Yeah,
It's like a bubble.
The bubble up there. You can sit up and have a 360 view.
Yeah,
There's
you could
2
sit up
seats.
on like so you could sit up
no.
almost at the top of the plane. They have a bubble
That is
that's
crazy.
in the middle of the plane, so you could see around you.
I've been a couple places because there's like a famous plane that's like the biggest commercial plane out there, and
Like the Airbus?
and I've seen that like twice at different airports.
Is the Airbus the biggest plane out there?
I don't remember which one it is, but it
I
is
think they did.
so
Yeah, they
so
make it.
big, dude. Never been on it, but I've seen it. And then the real big flights, even without the double decker thing, the first class, they're not beds, but the chairs kind of are angled like this, and they lay all the way down.
Yeah, you know what sucks is a lot of those big airlines like that don't fly out of Lambert, like Virgin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these were all out of New York and LA.
When we went to Israel, half the family went on Virgin flights, and
Yep.
they said it was amazing. Like those Virgin airline planes are amazing.
Yeah, we're not getting
Yep.
any-
Not getting those.
We're not
Yep,
getting any
Airbus.
luxury flights.
It's an Airbus.
It's an Airbus.
The
And that's French, right?
A380. 2 passenger decks. They have a total of 550 square meters, which is larger than a football field.
Yeah, wild, right?
That is crazy.
Listen, we got to take a break, but
I'm taking multiple trains, by the way, in Europe, so that's going to be an interesting
that's
experience.
fun.
The old Euro rail. See
Man,
how
that's
that
awesome.
goes. I'll let you know.
all right, train guy, hang on. Got to do this first. Team Rizz Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, proud partner of the St. Louis Battlehawks. Find all the cacos at hotshotsnet.com. From Greenville, Illinois, Dominic Hubbard is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Dominic has been a loyal listener since the very beginning, has recruited multiple listeners to the Rizz Show over the years, including many from his place of employment. Thank you for being a Rizz evangelist. Big fan of the camaraderie on the show and the additions of Rafe and Lern. Also loves the show's willingness to bring the community together on multiple occasions, and Jeff remains to be #1 in his book. Loves my leadership, Moon's perspective, artistic talent, Rafe's comedic genius, Lern's kindness, and King Scott's genuineness.
Oh, I'll take that.
Huge fan of the current lineup. Well, Dominic Hubbard from Greenville, Illinois, is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with some news. It is 7:05. It is Tuesday. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more in the NASCAR Cup Series June 1st and 2nd. Tickets are available now at www.raceway.com. Right lane blocked due to a crash 70 westbound just before Missouri 370. There's also a left lane block due to a crash 270 westbound at Dunn Road. And on the southern side, a crash 270 northbound near 55 North. Your point forecast today, most of the storms roll out between 7 and 9 a.m. High of 84. Right now it's 64 at the Point Studio.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. We didn't do it yesterday. We'll play 3 and 5 today. Give away some fabulous tickets, including tickets for Point Fest, which is coming up a week from Saturday. Tickets to go see Saint Asonia playing a Point Fest Eve show over at Red Flag on May 17th. We got tickets for this Saturday's Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? Why, can you believe it?
I'm so stoked.
Just a couple days away. And we got tickets for UFC coming back to St. Louis for the first time since 2018. That's Saturday over at Enterprise Center. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling, preferred partner of Ameren, Illinois, to make your home comfortable and affordable.
Hopefully, storms rolled through with minimal damage in your area. I know some damage reported in Sullivan. It was pretty wicked here around 4:30, 5 o'clock. But seems like the skies are clearing up. And that's pretty much the end of it today, Moon? Or is there more?
From what I understand,
More on the way.
what I'm seeing is most of these storms are going to roll out of our area between 7 and 9 a.m.
But then no more stuff for today?
I think we should be good. I think Scott's going to have perfect baseball watching.
Oh,
Yeah.
Game
Thank
tonight,
you,
Scott?
weatherman.
All right. Yes, thank your weatherman.
Yeah.
Because he controls the weather. A couple local stories before we get to other things here. Boy, a Kansas City woman was issued a summons to appear in St. Louis County Circuit Court next month for stealing chips from the River City Casino worth $1,000 a piece.
Golly.
At first, I thought you meant like potato chips.
No. This woman, I guess on camera, does she realize they got cameras everywhere at casinos?
Yeah, it's like the one place you shouldn't steal from.
They have cameras everywhere. Just when next time you're at a casino, just look up. Just look up. 50,000 cameras in the place.
Yeah, they just hand you one when you walk in the door to keep on you the whole time.
This woman, Jasmine D. Drone, can be seen reaching into a tray, holding gambling chips on a table, and just taking 17 purple chips and bouncing. So purple chips, I think, are $500. 17 of them.
Dang.
In my pocket.
And is it normal for those to be that accessible to anyone?
Well, if you're playing, blackjack or something, the dealer could be distracted. They even walk away sometimes to talk to the pit boss. And I mean, temptation sometimes is too great for people.
Sure.
And there's all that money just sitting there in chips. And this woman just reached over, yoink. So this happened back in 2023. So yeah, she's going to have to be in court next month. Whoops. Stupid.
That's a smart one.
Chesville guy was arrested for using his cell phone to secretly take videos through windows of women undressing in their homes. This guy.
What area?
This is Chesterfield. Let me see. Suraj Shah. Charged last week with 4 counts of felony attempted invasion of privacy. Police say that he told them during an investigation that he's got a problem and he couldn't help himself. Chesville police said the investigation started on April 23rd after somebody reported that her security camera alerted her to motion in the back of the house. Police said she saw somebody, it was an unknown guy at the time in the video footage, looking through her window with some kind of light.
Oh, my God. That's terrifying.
Yeah,
Wait,
police,
he had a light, too, so he's showing...
I guess so.
Night Stalker.
A police review of the footage led to the discovery of additional possible victims, including the roommate of the first person who called the police. And through the course of their investigation, police were able to identify this guy, which led to his arrest with that incident. He says he can't help himself.
He also got a video of a guy, it looks like a guy sitting on a bed with his butt crack crying.
Oh, no. I don't do that at home. I only do that after I watch my daughter cheer because I'm so emotional. In other news, they say, IQ scores are falling. Here's more proof. People online are just eating full lemons now, peel and all.
Ew.
Yikes.
I love
full
sucking
lemons
on a lemon piece, like a little wedge of lemon, but not
I
the
don't know.
rind.
The
Come
first part of this isn't actually dumb. You might even want to try these if you could find them. Some TikTokers recently discovered a type of lemon you're supposed to eat whole. The brand is Lemon Snack, owned by an Italian company. They're undersized lemons that are sweeter and less sour with thinner peels.
Yes, I've used these before.
Oh, you've seen these?
Yeah. I think
these are apparently the new thing.
Limon. They are sweeter. They're not as bitter, and the peel is more. It's, how like if you buy a lemon and it's really hard, the rind, and there's more indentation. This is more smooth and not. It's very circular.
Well, these lemons are they're called Lemon Snack. She's skeptical in the video. This TikToker, but she tries one and loves it. Then she sprinkles some salt and chili powder on them. Loves them even more.
I just came home from the grocery store and I found this. It says lemon snack. And if this is not a lemon that you can just snack like a snackable lemon, that's false advertising and I'm suing. It is a snackable lemon. That is so awesome.
There you go.
Wait, I feel like it will be very good to put some salt on here and then some chili powder. I think I have my new favorite fruit.
There you go. They're not easy to find in the U.S.
What is it called?
That is cool.
They're called lemon snack. Maybe you found something else. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
So we have a different kind of lemon right now. It's like an orange. It's like a softer orange lemon. It's not as
like an
sour.
orange colored one.
The closest thing
Dude.
widely available is a kumquat, which looks more like a tiny orange.
No, we have.
You could also try looking for a lemon kumquat hybrid called a sunquat or lemon quat. I don't know.
You watch your mouth.
Some friends of mine, when I was out in LA, they had a nice pool in the backyard, and this lemon tree, but it grew orange-colored lemons, and I don't know what variation it is, but you could just go grab them, you peel it, and it was basically a lemon mixed with an orange. It was absolutely amazing.
Well,
it was so fun.
For this
I
thing,
like
people have resorted to just eating normal lemons whole, and some claim they like it, even as their whole face puckers. Idiots. Their favorite method is to cut them up thin and cover them in honey and that tahine.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, there was another trend earlier this year where people were eating whole oranges, caked in cayenne pepper and cinnamon. That one was supposed to cure constipation.
Dang, I can't find it on the grocery store website, but there is something that we got recently, and we were using it because we do like lemon water every morning, and this was like much sweeter,
Good for the liver.
less sour lemons, but they looked almost like clementines, where you could accidentally mistake them for clementines, but they were still shaped kind of lemony. But it had like a you know how the lemon has a really thick rind. This was a little bit thinner.
You hear a lot about how just walking is great for your health, but is it really enough? Walking. Somebody talked to a fitness expert who said we really should be focusing on 3 different types of movement each week.
What are they?
Number 1 is everyday movement.
Darn it.
And that includes things like walking, stretching, bending. Doing that stuff every day is a great first step. Then you got your athletic movement, meaning things like true cardio and weight training. Not every day, but a couple times a week. The more varied, the better. And then you got social movement, meaning it also involves other people. So things like golf, dancing, pickleball, whatever it is, just make sure it's something you enjoy or you won't make it a habit.
Nice.
Honorable mention, by the way, bowel movement.
Oh, good.
If you don't have at least one of those a week, see a doctor.
Oh my gosh!
Don't have one a week. Have 14 a week.
I just made that up.
Yeah.
I was
thank
like,
God.
how are you breathing?
Now, there's no wrong time to exercise. Any exercise is better than nothing. But a new study suggests there could be a right time. A new study tracked people over 8 years and found that people who exercise in
The nude.
the evening
Oh.
have a 61% lower risk of death from any cause compared to people who don't exercise.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Wait.
Well, people exercise in the morning. When's the best? According to doctors, the evening is the best time.
And
to
aren't
exercise.
heart attacks more common in the morning?
Everyone who exercised was better off, but the people who exercised in the morning and afternoon only had a lower risk of 33% and 40% respectively. So it wasn't as dramatic as the people who worked out at night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Why is it? Why is it that exercising at night is better? And the data suggests it could be because our bodies are primed to handle blood sugar better later in the day.
Interesting.
And fitting in some exercise in the evening might lower our blood pressure throughout the night and into the next morning.
Man, when I was living rock and roll schedule, not radio schedule, I used to go to the gym at like midnight 30, and it was freaking awesome. It was just me and this guy named Phil Collins.
What?
And me, yeah, this little old man. He was in his 90s, and he would do more pull-ups than anybody that I knew. And it was just me and Phil Collins at like 12:30 at night, and it was I loved it. I would get all jacked up. Woo!
Yeah, when John and I had mornings, I would do the morning show and then I do the midday show, all live. So like 6 a.m. until 1 p.m. every day. And then I would go home and nap, and then I would get up at 5 when Tim would get home, and we would ride our bikes to the Hampton gym. I would do an aerobics class and a spinning class, so like almost 2 hours, and then ride home. Obviously, that's a lot of movement, but that was like later in the evening, and then I would exhaust myself and then be ready for bed.
Yeah.
And that, I wish I could get back on that schedule. I just
awesome.
can't. Like, I feel like I'll activate myself and not be able to sleep.
You can't. That's what you're worried about is. But what if you exhaust yourself, just like you said? Like,
Yeah.
Are you willing to try it?
again? Yeah, I'm willing to try it again.
I usually exercise in the evening.
That sounds
really?
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I might switch it up because I've been doing afternoon. That sounds better.
Well, the study also found that the frequency of exercise, how often you move, seemed to matter more for health than the duration of the activity. Now, and all that being said, bad news at Peloton.
Ooh.
The CEO just said he's stepping down. His resignation is paired with Peloton cutting their workforce by 15%. It's about 400 workers will lose their job. Peloton, remember they were the thing. Pandemic rolled around,
It's still cool.
but everybody was on the Peloton bikes.
Yeah.
And those Peloton instructors.
Until they killed somebody on Sex and the City.
Oh, yeah, Big died. Spoiler alert in the new show. He's dead.
Yeah, but they were, Peloton was huge during the pandemic, and the trainers even became like celebrities.
Yeah.
So Peloton's in big time financial trouble. Their shares are down by 90% from its high in 2020.
Oops.
Since the end of the pandemic, sales have been down as people went back to the gym and went back to in-person training instead of working out at home.
I worked out at home. I did the beach body, and I got in great shape from it from 2020 to 2023, and it was excellent.
Yeah.
But then I was like, now I just go walking after work. And
Well, also with
Lift
Peloton,
weights.
remember they had the treadmills and people were getting sucked up under them?
oh, yeah.
Like kids and pets were getting sucked up
I'm not
under
laughing.
under the treadmills.
That was the beginning of the slide, though. Was that guy dying in that show? I'm serious. Like it was like
He had a heart
it-
attack.
Yeah, it like affected the stock.
Oh,
And
did it?
Crazy.
I think it did. It was big news, and Peloton was like, "Oh man, what are you doing?" to
And
us?"
Chris Noth did a Peloton commercial, I think, for the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes, okay.
the actor.
Yes.
No
okay.
way.
That rings a bell. Marysville, Ohio, their police department trying to figure out who left behind $25,000 in cash in a movie theater restroom
Me.
on April 27th.
Me.
Cops are also wondering if the same person who left $12,000 in cash inside a KFC restroom only 5 days later.
Yep. That's
Whoa.
me.
So you think like these are like you see all these TV shows with like money drops, and different things. You think this was a money drop that just hadn't got picked up, and somebody like
25 grand at the movie theater, 12 grand at a KFC. The police department captain said he's never seen anything like this in his 18-year career.
Yeah, it's
Officials are trying to, obviously investigating the who and the why, and they're urging locals to report any large sums of cash they might find.
No.
No.
I'm not doing it.
$25K. That's got to be like a briefcase or a backpack, right? I mean, do they not have cameras? Can't they just see like who went in the bathroom with a backpack, came out without it?
In my fantasy, it's a businessman, and he's got a really cool suit on, and it's in a briefcase, and it's in stall 3 for some reason.
And he looks like Colin Farrell or something.
Yeah. Big time.
I can see that.
Yeah.
He has a silencer on a
He's
pistol.
using the money to pay off some kind of ransom to free his wife.
And he wrote the code to the briefcase on the back of the stall door. And I just happened to see it. Why I'm in the men's room, I don't know.
I do. Don't you kind of hope one day you just find a bag full of cash and you
No.
look around like,
No, because that's
Honestly,
the
I don't.
dilemma.
Yeah, because then like, oh god, is somebody looking for this? Are they gonna kill me? Like,
Are
know
you
what I
on
mean?
a camera?
Yeah, I don't. No,
Yeah.
I kind of don't hope for that.
if I all of a sudden disappear to like Peru or something, you'll know I found a big bag of cash and
All right.
That's it.
You just disappear.
Uh-huh.
So
You're telling us
Marysville,
not to worry?
Ohio. That's where this is happening. A miracle happened on Sunday at a Pittsburgh church. A gunman. I don't know if you saw this video. A gunman aimed at the pastor while he was preaching a sermon at Jesus' dwelling place church.
I didn't see this. I didn't watch the video, but I saw a still from it. This is an incredible
Yeah.
story.
So the small congregation, live stream audience, saw 26-year-old Bernard Polite walk up and point his gun at Pastor Glenn, Germany. Thankfully, divine intervention, the gun never fired.
Amazing.
Wow.
Pastor Glenn said, I was like, this is not happening. I thank God because only God stopped and jammed this gun. A deacon jumped in and knocked Bernard down, held until authorities showed up. The pastor talked to Bernard while they were waiting for the police. The pastor said this guy was just dealing with spirits, and he came in and wanted to shoot somebody.
Wow.
Do you have audio of the pastor?
Yeah, here's Pastor.
He pulled the gun, it clicked. You heard him shoot it. It clicked. So God jammed the gun so that the bullet didn't come out. He stood up and he smiled at me, like, and it was just a smile. But he comes to right here, and then all of a sudden, that's when I see him pull the gun, and all I could do is just, duck and try to get out of the way.
Wow.
Wild.
Thankful.
Divine intervention jammed that gun that day.
I believe it.
Man, did you see the video? It was from a couple of years ago. A guy running up and tackling the priest off the altar.
No.
Like there's a priest. It's got to be a Catholic church. He looks like he's wearing Catholic.
Oh, you talking
Catholic gear.
Like off to the right of the stage, and they both go off stage.
Yeah,
that one. I remember when that was making its way around.
Priest tackled off stage.
Yeah, that was it was a big. You're talking about the woman, right? That pushed the guy over. That pushed the guy off.
He said
It was just some random
about the size of a lady.
Woman violently pushes priest off the side of the stage. Maybe that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And he took a hard fall too.
It's this one.
Yeah,
right?
that one. Yeah. Yes, watch this, Lern.
He was in Italy, and this lady just
came
walks
up
running.
onto the altar and just goodbye off the stage.
And she's there kind of like smirking. And it doesn't make any sense.
Huh?
And this was like at a big...
it looks like a Catholic. It looks like a Catholic mass. Like a big stage. Big altar.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Doggone.
Yep. Here's why other people
I was in
at
Brazil,
work...
sorry.
Here's why other people at work got you sick multiple times this last winter. A new poll found the average American spends 84 hours a year working sick. Yeah. That's 10.5 work days or just over 2 weeks worth. And the top reason we do it is we'd rather power through and not have people think we're just being dramatic.
Or you don't have enough days, or you don't get paid while you're sick. I mean, but also that.
Well, usually your company gives you enough days for illness, right?
Well, if you're working hourly and you have to go to work because you don't have sick days.
47%.
Jobs, like I've had jobs in the past where you have terrible vacation time, maybe a week, and then you have also a week of sick days. So you have to all right, I have to use that for vacation as well instead of actual sick days.
Well, 47% said they'd rather work through an illness than take a sick day. And 34% worry people might think they're being lazy or a wuss.
Yeah.
We're far more likely to skip out on friends when we're sick. The average person misses 17 social events a year because they're not feeling well, but they are going to work. They are going to work. And finally, even if you know nothing about fool's gold, you could assume that, number one, it looks like gold, and number two, it's worthless. Hence the name fool's gold. But that might not be the case in the future.
This is awesome.
Fool's gold is the yellow metal pyrite. You know the story, Scott?
Yeah.
And researchers say that it might become valuable because it can contain lithium.
Iron pyrite is valuable now?
Yellow metal pyrite.
Holy smokes, we have so much of that crap that my dad's been giving us
It
for so
contains
long.
lithium. It could contain lithium, an important element for the quest, or in the quest for green energy. And the researchers examined 15 rock samples. They discovered lithium and pyrite minerals in the shale. If fool's gold is worth something in the future, that's exciting news for the Appalachian Basin where pyrite can be commonly found.
It's also exciting for mystic stores because they sell those with amethysts and quartz.
Now, that said, it's unclear how valuable it would be. There's still some issues that will have to be figured out, like, does all pyrite have an association with lithium?
Yeah.
And is there a way to extract it in a clean, economically viable way?
I mean, it is pretty common, so.
I remember I thought I had a big old lump of gold when I was a kid because I had a pyrite stone or whatever it's called, mineral. And I was like, look at this gold. You know, I showed my grandma.
Fool's gold.
She's like, that ain't gold. You
That ain't gold,
kid.
you idiot.
Yeah.
So you just threw it down.
You know
and
how
you're
your grandma talks to you.
That's fool's gold.
It's
Yeah,
future.
you threw that away.
No,
That was
it's
smarter
future
than
gold.
keeping it. Now it's worth $250,000.
If it's got lithium in it and it's valuable, it was just future gold.
Future gold. All right, that's your news. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Let's give away some stuff. We are going to play 3 and 5 after the break. We didn't play it yesterday. So King Scott's going to load up the phones. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Moon's going to give you a category. You name 3 things in that category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right, you win your choice of prizes. No ums or ahs to such your answer. Lern will be the judge today. And she is firm today.
I am super firm.
Super firm.
No
super
gooiness
firm.
today, ladies and
Super
gentlemen.
angry.
I am so pissed.
So 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Point Fest tickets, St. Asonia tickets, Can You Feel the Punk Tonight tickets, and UFC tickets, all up for grabs. We'll play 3 and 5 next. It is 7:39. It is Tuesday. Your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Confluence Music Festival, the Ludacris, Riley Green, and more, and the NASCAR Cup Series June 1st and 2nd. Tickets available now at www.raceway.com. We have a left lane block due to a crash 270 westbound at Dunn Road. Still a right lane block due to a crash 70 westbound at Missouri 370. And we got some trouble 270 eastbound between Tesson Ferry and Manchester. Your point forecast, most of the storms roll out between 7 and 9 a.m., high of 84. Right now it's 64 at the Point Studio.
We're closed.
You guys spent much time in the South? Like any of the southern states?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
I haven't.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I was reading something about being a true Southerner, and I really cannot relate.
Well, my mother-in-law is, from Alabama. So
Right.
We spent a lot of time in Alabama.
See you around that a lot.
Toured through, Georgia, Florida, not Alabama so much, but Texas a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kentucky, Louisiana, Georgia,
Yeah.
Florida.
Vacation
definitely.
in Gulf Shores
is
a
Florida
bunch.
the South?
No.
Florida?
Yeah, it's the most
It
South
is.
you
I
can
mean,
go.
it is.
How
But
But it's never really considered the South.
Oh, yeah, it is. Go down
You
to
think?
Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
mean,
you out
I've
of your
been to
mind.
Florida
It's as south
a
as
lot.
it gets. And I don't mean geographically.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
it doesn't have the same culture, does it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. You're thinking of Miami and a couple other pieces. The rest of it is just Hooseville, dude. It's
These
south.
are your future people.
It's south. I mean, it is. I mean, think about it. Like it's the Gator Farmer Bayou.
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. So Business Insider put together a list of things that are true for every Southerner, and most of it is right as rain.
Florida feels like Louisiana, with people that feel like they should hate the rest of the country more.
Well,
You know
okay,
what I'm
so if you've lived in the South or you've traveled there a lot, you've visited the South a lot, you know all this stuff. But if you live somewhere else, this might help somebody like me fit in better because I'd like to fit in. I want to stand out. If I visit, maybe this will help me out,
Okay.
or at the very least, it should enlighten you to the funny ways Southerners like to do things. Like if you order a tea, you're getting sweet tea.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
You are getting sweet tea. It's a
gonna
law
like
of the
it.
land. Excuse me, I take no sweetener in my tea.
Get the gun.
hell out of here.
Yeah.
That's what you hear the lady at the cash register.
Get the hell out of here.
How dare you?
Yeah.
No.
And the
I'll
state and how it's served to you will vary depending on the state. You're getting sweet tea no matter what. But in Florida, you're getting it. If you deny it, they'll just throw it on you. In Georgia, if you ask for sweet tea and then you deny it, they'll kind of condescendingly be like, you're going to drink it anyway.
Yeah.
In Alabama, they're going to force feed it to you. They're going to
Hold 'em down.
grab your hair, tilt your head back, and
What do you mean?
pour the sweet tea in.
You don't want sweet tea. If it snows a fraction of an inch, school will be closed for an entire week.
Yep.
Sounds like St. Louis now.
Southerners aren't used to that weird snow stuff. Y'all is better than you guys. However, this is true everywhere in America. Y'all is just a more fun way to say it.
Hey, y'all.
In the summer, hunting for shade in a parking lot is a time-honored tradition. If not, when you return to your car, it's going to be precisely 936 degrees inside.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's here too. Grits are what's up.
Hell yes.
Anyone that's ever been to a Waffle House agrees. Grits are what's up.
Mm-hmm.
They're the finest breakfast side that there ever was.
Because they can be sweet or savory. They can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, remind me, I always forget what this is. What is
It's cornmeal.
It's cornmeal that looks like mashed
Cornmeal.
potatoes, and you could either put sugar and butter on it,
Yeah.
Or
With
you
a
go
little
the
bit of
savory
milk?
Yeah, you go savory.
or you could put
Yeah.
shrimps on it.
I see. For some reason, I have a difficulty committing that to memory. And every time I see grits on the side, I feel like it's like a potato thing. And I'm
No,
like, yeah, I'll have that. And then I
cornmeal.
get it and I'm like, what is this?
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
So good.
Rivers are meant for floating. All you need is 2 inflatable tubes, one for you and one for that cooler.
Yes. You
That's
hit
here too. Listen, we're like half south and half
Yeah.
north.
We are
really
split.
are. We really are split. We got a lot of southern traits,
It's a great place to be.
and country music is the best.
Lost in the middle. Great place to be. Kind of one foot in, one foot out.
Melting pot.
Yeah, actually, country music down south is you got 2 types: country and western.
Straight
Yeah.
out of Blues Brothers.
Country and western. So hope that helps if you're traveling down
Thank
south
you.
this summer. You got it. Yeah, again, reading that, I go, man, a lot of that stuff is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I guess with the exception of the sweet tea thing, which they don't, there's a lot of sweet tea here, but they don't force it upon you.
Right. You ever make sun tea?
Oh, that's what my mother used to make all the time.
I
Yeah,
make
that's
it.
how
They just put it on the windowsill.
Probably
Or
still
you
does.
just put it on the deck, yeah. You
Yeah,
put
I haven't done that in a while.
2 tea bags in a big old jug, and you just let it sit out for a couple hours.
That's what she did.
Perfect.
Sun tea. Yeah.
I thought that was the only way to make tea.
Same. Growing up.
Growing
That's how my
up, like
grandma
that's-
made it, yeah.
Like, cool, there's a jug outside.
I could live in Louisiana. Every time I talk about New Orleans, like Courtney from the Courtney Show was there last week, and I'm like, oh, my favorite city. I know it smells like urine and
No, it just smells like a damp. It
hurricanes,
smells like a damp basement.
and I love it. I love the culture down there. I love everything about it.
That's what it is. All right, let's give away some stuff. All right, we're going to play 3 in 5. That's right. So Moon is going to read you or give you a category. You will name 3 things in that category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right, you win your choice of prizes. We've got Point Fest tickets. Point Fest happening a week from Saturday. Bad Omens, Wage War, Grandson, Avatar, and more. Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. We got tickets to go see Saint Asonia playing a Point Fest Eve show. That is Friday, the 17th, over at Red Flag. We've got tickets for Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, which is Saturday, over at the Pageant. And we've got tickets for UFC also on Saturday over at Enterprise. All right, no ums or ahs to start your answer. Them's the rules. Lern is the judge and jury today. Whatever she says is binding. You want to do a practice on Lern?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Lern, practice. We'll practice 3 and 5. Here we go.
Lern, tell me 3 pieces of fine jewelry.
Rings, tennis bracelets, and diamond necklaces.
Count it.
I'm not the judge.
I'm counting.
Yeah, but she's the judge.
Oh.
Count it.
Fine. Charles and Dittmer. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning.
All right, Charles, let's play 3 in 5. Here we go.
Name 3 airlines besides American Airlines.
United, Alaska, Delta.
Love it.
Got it. Next.
Name 3 TV shows about families.
Family Matters, All in the Family, Good Time.
Fine.
Oh, man. Killed it,
We got
Charles.
a theme going.
Hang on.
For a second. Family
Killed it.
Guy.
Excellent. Brennan in Festus. Good morning, Brennan.
Good morning.
All right, Brennan, here we go. 3 and 5.
Festus, the South.
Yes.
Name 3 European countries.
No.
That's over. Just save it. Save it.
No, Brennan. Come on, buddy.
Damn
Festus.
it, Brennan.
Damn it. On geography again. Geography is our kryptonite. Is this radio program's kryptonite? All right, Brennan, here we go. Rebound.
Name 3 Disney characters that are not named Mickey Mouse.
Mulan, Nemo, Goofy.
Well done.
Okay. All right, comes down to this.
Name 3 Italian restaurants.
Olive Garden.
Not going to do it.
Dang it.
Would you have accepted Domino's?
Yes, because they have pasta, even though it's not really Italian, and you can come at me all you want with that.
I'm just asking you
today,
as a
yes,
judge.
I would, because it's mainly Italian. It's pizza, it's pasta, it's salads, and maybe
In the
wings.
spirit of forming the question, would Domino's have been it?
You know, we have such a good Italian community here in St. Louis. I would never dare on a microphone say that Domino's is Italian. I don't want to get my ass kicked in the parking lot.
I'm a Domino's family, so whatever you want it to be is Domino's.
I tototally get that, but like I would never insult the culture.
Like Little Caesars or, Papa John's. I mean, it's pizza.
None of it. No, but not.
I know it's not the spirit of the question.
I'm not talking about the spirit of the question. I'm just saying, this is such an Italian-heavy culture right here. That I would never consider any sort of quote-unquote pizza place, and I'm using the quotes very definitively here. I would never do that.
Okay. Chris.
I respect. I envy. I envy the culture. I do.
Chris, hello.
Hey.
All right, Chris, here we go. Let's play 3 in 5.
Name 3 places in St. Louis that visitors go.
The Arch.
No, don't even bother.
No,
I did it.
You did it. You did it.
Why'd you
the
do
Arch.
it?
Oh, Chris, you blew it.
And that was the gimmick, because this next one's not a gimmick.
All right, here we go.
Name 3 cities in the state of Montana.
The flat one, the other flat one.
Out of this
Helena.
show.
Ah, nice. Billings, Bozeman.
Yeah,
What else?
that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. That's why I gave him the gimme first.
Well, Chris blew that one. That's all on Chris. Scott in a right city. Good morning, Scott.
Happy birthday, Rizz.
Thanks, buddy. Here we go.
Name 3 types of insect.
Ant, fly, mosquito.
Nice. This man is an
Yep.
insectologist.
All right.
Give me 3 names of hair metal band members.
Ozzy Osbourne, Eddie Van Halen.
Too late. Hair metal band members. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Thank you.
Good one, Moon.
Thank you.
All right. Comes down to this, Scott. Here we go.
Name 3 actors who have played James Bond.
Daniel Craig, Sean Connery.
No!
Dang it.
George Lazenby. Come on. Everybody knows that.
Of course.
Pierce
George
Brosnan.
Lazenby. Pierce Brosnan.
Who's the other guy? Timothy Dalton.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a few options.
Yep. Roger Moore.
Not the easiest.
No. I thought he had it.
Me too.
I thought he had it.
Me too.
Okay. Nick in Hillsborough. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, gentlemen. Lern.
Hello.
All right, Nick. Here we go.
Name 3 cities in Mexico.
Mexico City. I'm not going to lie, I don't know that.
Oh, man, Tijuana.
All right. Okay.
Branson.
Branson,
Nope.
of course.
Well, Marines weren't allowed in Mexico, so I don't know.
Oh, you're a Marine. Thank you for your service. All right, next.
Name 3 rivers in Missouri.
Comic, Missouri River, Mississippi River.
Okay, what was the first
What
one?
was the first one you said?
Potomac.
Potomac. Potomac. I
Potomac?
can't ever say that
Potomac?
word.
The
Potomac.
Potomac doesn't touch the
The Potomac River?
What? Potomac is like
Hold
way
up.
I thought that was.
That was where the
Potomac.
Washington.
Potomac.
That's nowhere near. It's way east, isn't it?
Let's see.
Potomac
Well,
was
the guy's
in
a
That's
Marine.
freaking DC.
Hang on. This is Maryland. Yeah, this is.
That's where Washington crossed.
Black River. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? How about
It's
the
way
Potomac?
past. It's
Cash
way
me
past 5
outside.
seconds. I'm sorry, Nick. You're out.
The Potomac
Aw,
is
man.
1,000 miles away.
Yeah,
Washington
this is the
crossed it?
Chesapeake Bay. Dang it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I listen. I thought he was speaking like. First of all, he's a Marine.
He's
so
a Marine,
He speaks
right.
with authority.
Yeah.
Like, but first of all, I call it Potomac, which
Yeah. Well, it's hard.
we translated.
I think Potomac.
He's from Hillsborough. We translated it to Potomac, which is not near here.
Yeah.
Unless there's one in Missouri.
It
Is
sounds
there?
like there should be. Let's see. Potomac River.
He didn't even
in
argue
There's
for
a-
it. So
Missouri.
A shop in Missouri that sells little glass jars for water from the Potomac.
Hold up. No.
No.
Hold on.
Right, isn't that the famous picture, Washington crosses the Potomac?
Yes, and it
It's
wasn't
cold and
It's 14,700 square miles. It's
wasn't
the
in
fourth
Sullivan.
largest river in the Atlantic coast, but it's in the Atlantic coast.
so many to choose from. For goodness sakes, Merrimack, Hoosah.
Hey,
You're right. There's no reason to get upset.
and also you
get
can do
upset.
generic ones because every state has like a Black River, Snake River.
Yeah.
You can just do any of those.
Yeah. Man.
okay.
The Mississippi River.
Did he say
the
Mississippi?
Did he say the
Yeah.
Mississippi? Okay.
Oh, he did.
I thought he did.
Jamie, hello.
Hey.
Hey, Jamie, let's play 3 in 5.
Name
Here we go.
3 different types of shirt.
T-shirt, long sleeve crew neck.
Love it.
Wonderful.
This man knows his style. I'm into it.
Next.
Name 3 ingredients to make bread.
Yeast, flour, water.
Boom.
Great. Yes. This man woke up
All right,
today
Jamie.
knowing he was a winner.
Yeah, he woke up a winner.
Shirts and bread.
His name reminds me of a river we forgot. Jamie. That would have worked.
Jamie
Oh,
Rivers.
Jamie River.
Yeah, it's a river in Missouri.
It's very funny. Melissa, hello.
Happy birthday, Rizz.
All right, Melissa, let's get a win today.
Name 3 tech companies.
Apple, Sony, Samsung.
Fine.
Fine.
Next.
Name 3 very dangerous animals.
Snakes, bears, lions.
Yep,
Those are
all
dangerous.
3. Okay, hang on. Melissa, winner. I think we got time for one more. Mark in Eureka. Oh, hi, Mark.
Morning, fellas.
Hey,
All right, morning, Mark. Here we go.
name 3 universities east of the Mississippi.
I cannot think of any of them. I cannot.
Come on.
That's
man.
geography again.
No, I mean, east of the Mississippi, you could say SIUE. You could have
I
said.
think you say Harvard, NYU,
Right.
MIT. It's 4 gazillion ones.
I forgot where I was at,
Come on,
man.
Mark.
All right.
All right, Mark, come on.
Name 3 music venues in St. Louis.
Pops, amphitheater, and
Oh, boy.
Wait, did he say Oz?
No, he
He
said
said
Pops.
I thought he said Pops, Oz, and amphitheater.
Oh, I thought he said he said Pops Amphitheater.
Oh, I would have counted Oz, right? I mean, I've heard
I
some
guess it-
music in there before. Is Oz?
No.
Oh, it's gone?
No, it's still, isn't it?
I mean, they
still
play
there?
music, and so
Do
there's a
they-
DJ.
Is it still there?
Do people play shows there? I don't know.
No, what does it matter if they're shows or not? They're playing music.
King
It's a
Scott.
music venue.
Is the Oz still
yes,
there?
it is.
I hear music venue and I think stage and concert.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. They got little
It's
stages.
Oz is a club.
Yeah, but
Is
they
it the
play
same?
music. It's a music dance club.
I think you're stretching it.
Well, I think
We're
you're wrong.
stretching it.
Well, I'm the judge today, so I don't know why you're arguing.
It doesn't matter. He's out.
Yeah, he hung up.
Thanks
on
for
it
playing.
Before he finished.
All right, we'll take a break. Crap on celebrities. Next, it is 8:06. It is Monday. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. Damn it.
Don't worry about it.
Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more, and the NASCAR Cup Series June 1st and 2nd. Tickets available now at www.raceway.com. Right lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 170 southbound Airport Road. Right lane blocked due to a crash 70 westbound just before Missouri 370. And there, yes, is still trouble. Severe delays 270 eastbound between 55 and Ladue. Your point forecast, most of the storms roll out between 7 and 9 a.m. High of 84. Right now it's 64 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Ozzy is a no-brainer. Talking Heads, are you there? Which Hollywood elitist is Curious George after a 3-night bender? And deepfake Richard Simmons? We're going to play you a clip.
Out of Washington across the Delaware?
Oh, that sounds good, too. I liked
that
your
sounds
answer
right.
in that one. They all sound right.
That sounds right.
But the Potomac in Missouri does not sound right.
Did he cross the Delaware? Is that what it was?
Who?
You know what?
Washington.
I got
No.
a feeling the guy crossed a few rivers.
Yeah,
so
he
you know what? I
crossed the
think we're all
Delaware,
ready.
but he went and he had to cross the Potomac once to get some apples. And
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
I'm sure at some
Yeah.
point he crossed the
yeah,
Potomac.
we're
yeah, it's
talking
cool.
about the famous moment. This is
Come
different.
on.
This is him and his cousins. They were just,
God, come on.
yeah, and his lettuce.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And, okay, think about this after the break. What was supposed to be the next big thing in our lifetime that just, Like it was there, and then it just, oh my God, this is the next big thing, and then just vanished.
Ooh.
Like a one-hit wonder type of thing?
Not just
No, I
music,
got
but just tech or because there's a couple things recently that were supposed to be the next big thing, and then poof, gone.
I got one.
All right, well, chop it up next.
Handles that, will you?
So Rafe is out till Monday, and I was texting back and forth with him yesterday. He was over at the Tom Brady roast. He went. Mm-hmm. And he thinks that whole Tom Brady going up to Jeff Ross to tell him to knock it off was staged.
Really?
Okay.
I said if it was staged, man, it looked
Didn't come off well. for
hella
anybody.
real.
I agree.
Why would it have been staged?
I have no
why would
idea.
Jeffrey Ross want that? Why would Brady want that?
I know it makes Brady look.
Because
like
also the way that
caca.
Russ responded kind of looked like,
He was flustered. It kind of weirded him for a half
Yeah,
second.
because Jeff Ross is making massage jokes to Robert Kraft, and Tom Brady walks up and says, "Knock it
Right.
off."
If it was staged, they're far better actors than I thought they were.
yeah.
I said it was real to me, damn it,
I agree.
real to me, damn it.
But the way, Russ kind of also had that where I think his first thought was, go sit down. And then he didn't. He was like trying to figure out how to not, I don't know. His
He
face
looked like a
showed
nerd
that.
that was about to get the
Crap kicked out of him.
But he
Yeah.
also looked like the kind of guy that's like, this is a roast. Go sit down.
Yeah, well, if you missed it, his videos everywhere. But Rafe asked me to mention this thing for his buddies here. Tomorrow, the longest-running independent comedy show in St. Louis, Sorry Please Continue, will be. That's right, I said sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry Please Continue will be celebrating its 10th anniversary with a special show at the Heavy Anchor. Sorry Please Continue is a monthly storytelling show that features autobiographical stories about a theme, dating, family, or revenge. Storytellers are interrupted by 3 comedians who ask questions and add jokes. Not going to be a theme tomorrow, but it will feature some of the best storytellers from the past. So tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of Sorry Please Continue at the Heavy Anchor. Showtime 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, doors 8 o'clock. Showtime 8:30. Entry $10. So congratulations, 10th anniversary. Sorry, Please Continue. There you go. See him tomorrow at the Heavy Anchor. Doors at 8. Showtime 8:30. All right. So I asked you before the break. Are there any products or things you could remember that were supposed to be the next big thing, but just kind of
Went by the wayside?
vanished? Like I was thinking. Remember Google Glass?
Yeah, that's where I went. Yeah.
Like the smart glasses that people were talking about 10 years ago as the next big thing, and then they fizzled out. Did you know anybody that had these?
They're so expensive, and then they just went away.
Google Glass, and then they just fizzled out, and then they would just get discontinued.
Right.
Like I'm also thinking that Google VR, or the Apple VR,
Apple VR.
VR,
Right.
Which is out now.
which is out now. People were hyped on this thing.
I knew a lot more people that bought that than Google Glass.
Me too.
Well, isn't that still kind of developing?
Yeah, I think Google Glass played its role, and I think it was important to have. And it's kind of no surprise that it didn't make sense. We're, it's
Google
still
Glass,
trying to figure out.
Google Glass didn't even get close to being the next big thing. It was hyped as it, but never got close to doing it.
But I still think the idea is there, and when it makes sense and it's
This was 10 years ago, by the way.
affordable. Yeah, but think about it. Think about a pair of glasses that will give you a whole bunch of information in front of you. That is still.
It's still on the horizon.
Yeah,
It's so funny that
if they keep tinkering.
It's just weird that this isn't convenient enough.
What, your phone?
Yeah.
Well, why would you want to stop?
All right, well, it can be something else. Learn.
That's
Well,
like saying a horse and
wanna
buggy is
be
not
attached, though.
convenient enough.
I don't know if this would qualify because it kind of transformed into something else, but like iPods, right? Everybody had the 5,000 song iPod that you would connect to your computer and download all your music.
Well, I
and
would
then
throw
that's
the
fun.
Microsoft Zune.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would say the Zune was supposed to be the next big thing. And there's some people that say it was better than the iPod,
Right.
but just Apple's marketing.
Well, and they put everything on the phone. I mean, they collided those two products into one. It was genius.
The Zune was supposed to be the next big thing. But the iPod actually was a big thing.
Yeah.
Like it was. That was a huge thing.
Cultural.
And yes, eventually technology evolved and it's now on our phone. But the iPod was a big
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
When I
The
was-
Zune was not.
When I was a kid, I remember writing reports in third grade. Here's a creative writing assignment. Write what it's going to be like by the time you're a senior in high school. I'm like, first thing was either flying cars
Oh, yeah.
or jetpacks.
Yeah.
Those were the two things that I thought were going to be the next thing because you would always see.
Yeah, but those weren't out. So give me something that actually came out.
But we have that jetpack thing with the water. We see those guys doing all the stupid crap over the water.
Yeah, but that's if you're down at
Lake of the Ozarks.
Lake of the Ozarks.
I know,
and you see that.
but you also see that one military. Remember that video of the military
the guy
going
flying across the
he's got a full-on jetpack.
Super Bowl or something.
He goes.
Yeah, but those are military grade. I think the British Special Forces are using those.
But as soon as you see it, you're like,
we'd
dude,
have
that could be the next big thing.
That may still be the next big thing.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know what? You know
Lift
what
your
wasn't?
legs.
What?
Okay, 3D televisions and 3D movies. They were really pushing hard.
Oh, you're right.
They were really pushing hard on the 3D televisions and 3D movies for quite a bit a couple of years ago.
Yep. Yeah.
Remember, every movie was coming out that it was 3D. Everything, even things that weren't supposed to be 3D, were 3D.
Right.
The 3D televisions too. Here, these got to get the glasses to go along with the television, and then fizzled out, gone.
Yeah.
May have been a year, 2 years, gone.
I think that's because people didn't. It wasn't as convenient. We don't want to have to put glasses on to look at our television at home.
The metaverse, Facebook's alternate reality virtual space.
Gone.
Next big thing. Who the hell uses that?
That's
Grandma.
a bummer because people were buying properties and all this. and
Oh, yeah.
spending
Remember
hundreds
Snoop
of
Dogg
thousands.
bought property. You go to like a virtual Starbucks in the metaverse. Garbage. It looked like crap, too.
And they were spending like $1 million a day or $1 billion a day or whatever it was.
Was that the
to
Sims
develop
thing?
That.
They-
It's just such a waste.
Yeah,
We all made fun of it because it looked like Sims reality.
I remember there were going to be concerts in the metaverse.
Right.
It
Garbage.
was like the
There were.
80s. It looked like 80s digital tech.
There were concerts. Ozzy did.
Oh, didn't
something
Ozzy do
and-
something?
Yeah.
And when you went in there, it was just a recording of Ozzy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Post Malone did one.
Garbage. Quibi.
What the hell is Quibi?
That came out in
Quibi
2020
was-
and was gone in 2020.
Quibi,
right?
again, I think it was ahead of its time and it just wasn't positioned right as far as the market goes.
Quibi
'cause
also
it's not a bad
it was a
idea.
result of the pandemic.
Right, yeah.
They just launched when the pandemic started. And the whole thing was it
12-minute shows.
12-minute shows on your phone.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
They developed basically an entire network and kind of a programming structure or infrastructure around these 12, 15-minute shows, and they were signing all these.
Huge
Reno
names.
911 and
Yeah, and it was going to be like because everybody's no one's watching, fewer people are watching things on the big screens and then their actual screens, and they're watching everything on their phone. So it was going to be a network that was designed for phone
Only
shows.
on your phone. So
Only
you
on
couldn't
your
put it on
phones.
your iPad. You couldn't put it on the TV. Only for phones.
Right.
And it was supposed to be the length of time. Well, either your attention span or how much time you spend in the bathroom.
I remember those commercials.
Yeah.
Now that you're saying all that.
It was a short form streaming platform.
Yeah, and as far as like the data, that's like a perfect example of like they put all the data together and they developed something that this should work, and it just didn't because of the timing and everything.
yeah, it was funny because I think had the pandemic not happened, then people would have been, heck yeah, this is cool.
It launched in April of 2020
yeah, and then
and
the
shut
pandemic,
down-
everyone stayed home to watch long format things.
and shut down in December.
Yeah, I think. And
Jeez.
what became number one, April of 2020?
Tiger King.
Tiger King. Back to the Netflix stuff.
oh yeah,
Yeah, March 2020, everything shut down. April, this thing launched, shut down in December. Like Jeffrey Katzenberg
Yeah,
was the founder of it.
It was a big.
It was a big deal.
It had a lot of money behind it. It had a lot of everything behind it, and it just crashed.
It just crashed. That was supposed to be the next big thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if COVID was created by Netflix. I mean, it's all.
Maybe.
It's all the.
Don't get that started.
I say
Just kidding.
NFTs, next big thing.
Wait, the next?
NFTs, particularly the digital photos that were going for big bucks.
Everybody was selling them.
Worthless.
Yeah, I knew a few people that were
Okay.
starting to buy that stuff.
Here's another one. A Segway. Two-wheeled Segway personal transporters. God, I remember hearing everybody's going to be on Segway soon.
Yeah, I only
Nope.
rode one once for a tour and went around St. Louis. That's
It's
the only
fun.
time. Yeah, it was
I
super
want
fun.
to. I've never got to ride on one yet.
Dude, they're awesome. You got to be honest.
I rode one.
They're awesome.
We were at the Dome.
Oh yeah,
You were there for
remember-
the boat show?
Yeah, the security officer let
Yeah.
us just cruise it. We were flying
Yeah.
too, man.
Was fun, but that was going to be the way everybody got around.
Oh, yeah.
The Segway. Ah, yes. The two-wheeled personal transporter. Nope.
Do you think Weird Al killed it whenever he did that white nerdy video and you
Yes.
just see him roll up on that
No.
thing? So, man, he just made it look so lame.
No. Olestra. Remember the fat substitute Olestra?
No.
Oh,
The
man.
fat substitute.
It was supposed to be, look up, anal leakage.
Don't have to. Know all about it.
Look up Olestra. Olestra was, I think it was the 90s. They were putting them in like potato chips.
Oh yeah, Lay's light
gross.
with Olestra. Look at all this. Let's see. 90s. I thought it was early 2000s.
Maybe it was.
That sounds like something that you have to take because of your anal leakage. You know?
No,
oh yeah,
it
you're
was
right. Mid 90s.
90s. So they started putting it in snacks. It was a replacement for like fats and bad oils.
A fat
It was Procter and Gamble was the company behind it.
A fat substitute with 0 calories! Exclamation point.
Wow.
And then the side effects: abdominal cramping, loose stools, and then anal leakage. And people are like, nope, not gonna take my chances.
And it's also funny that since then they've also found out that, there's good fats you actually, because we need fat.
Yeah.
It's just funny. We need the butter. We need all that stuff.
Yeah, none of this stuff is good for your gut health or
No,
anything.
this is horrendous.
So check this out. So when they discovered it, it was discovered by accident. And the reason that it worked, as far as a fat substitute, is the molecule of it was so big that it couldn't be absorbed by the intestines.
Oh my gosh.
So it was technically indigestible. So you were just putting something in that you
And just rolling through you.
that you couldn't digest.
Oh, no.
It was rolling in and then rolling out. That's it. So Olestra, that was a fat substitute. I remember a big marketing push behind this thing.
I remember the name of it, but I couldn't. If you would have told me, hey, this is a medication or this is an additive.
Or this is my baby. I named Olestra.
This is Olestra. Another
Little
one,
Olestra.
One of those names. It's beautiful.
So it interfered with the body's ability to absorb any vitamins as well. So like it was blocking your system from being able to really absorb anything.
And I'm sure the companies had to pay out a lot of money for people that got hurt from that, right?
Customers who consume these fat-free snacks complained of stomach cramps, diarrhea, and most embarrassing, anal leakage.
There it is. Anal leakage.
Right on the bag.
Anal leakage.
And we still trust these.
Well, I can eat these guilt-free because I'm not absorbing anything.
No, I'm leaking it out.
I'm just going to leak it out.
Oh,
That was the fat substitute, Olestra.
So they.
Next big thing.
So it was
Not it.
ready for the market in '98, but it says that it had already been used in Fritos, Lay's, and Doritos.
Oh no.
Look up. They signed a big deal with Frito-Lay. Look up Power Balance. Anybody remember these? Power Balance.
Power Balance.
Okay, they were rubber wristbands that with like a holographic sticker or something inside them to improve your balance.
Oh, that's what these are.
They're still
I
a
remember
company.
seeing these, but
Okay, Power
I
Balance.
just assumed it was a. What do you call it? Like a bracelet that had a mood ring in it, or one of those like.
Yeah.
Now they're
No.
titanium.
These were supposed to improve your balance. Garbage.
Dude, they're still a company.
Yeah, they sell them at Pure Hockey.
They're $30.
Power Balance bracelets.
Is this the
Next
same-
big thing.
Were they pushing on the science? Like, okay, so my mother, before she had some procedure, I forget, but before that, she was like car sick constantly. So in the 80s, we had these bracelets, these like Velcro bracelets in every freaking car because my mom would have to wear them to prevent her.
They make people wear those on cruises too.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're the Velcro thing, and they would have a rock right here that pushed on your wrist. What was that?
I don't know.
Was that horse
I think
crap?
that's kind of like
It's
this.
Power Balance.
Was that
My
horse
wife
crap?
has to use those.
Does it
No,
work?
it may work. I mean, this Power Balance thing may work too. But it was supposed to be the next big thing, and just nope. Nope. Didn't take off.
How does it work? This got to be the same principle as the
I don't know, some
car sickness.
hologram. I don't know.
hologram.
Give it a
Performance and
hologram.
technology that uses holograms embedded with frequencies that react positively with your body's natural energy field. See,
that
now we
uses
start going.
holograms.
We start going with the hippy dippy stuff.
get a little
Now we
woo-woo.
get into Lern's
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, man.
What do you mean hologram?
Welcome.
Frequencies.
The welcome
heal
mat is
people.
out.
Do I not know the definition of that word?
I don't know. It says it right there in the product
I thought-
description.
What do you mean hologram? I thought that was like a
Yeah, me too.
visual
Holography.
a wave front to be recorded and later reconstructed. Three-dimensional images.
Moon, when it comes to the Power Balance, I don't know.
What?
Ask Stevie Nicks. She's coming to town.
She's
a
here,
witch.
dude. The sun's out. She's here. She's at the Four Seasons right now.
I want a
And
Stevie
isn't
Nicks.
Power Balance opening tonight?
I want a Stevie Nicks branded.
Might I just say also the next big thing, moving on from the Power Balance thing, and I'm going to put kind of like still TBD is virtual reality. Like it hasn't fully vanished. It still keeps coming back, but it never becomes the game changer that people keep trying to make it.
But it
it's
will.
Still, the graphics
Are we sure?
Have you ever partied with a VR? I mean, it's cool.
It's cool.
Every time it comes back with 10x of what it did. But
But it's still like at the highest level right now is like Nintendo 64.
It never
But we
becomes.
just started talking about this in the late 80s.
And listen. Yes, it has come leaps and bounds from
Yeah, but Nintendo
from
was
then.
in the 80s.
But they keep trying to push. Every year, it seems to be a new virtual reality thing that they keep trying to push, and it never really gets to the point where
You guys don't feel like it's come light years? I mean, you just compared Nintendo, and okay, we were playing Nintendo 8-bit, and my son is designing games for his VR
This
now
is not
that he can play within seconds.
This is not about the technology itself, which has come, yes, leaps and bounces. This is everybody's going to be in virtual reality. It's
the metaverse thing.
It's this is a game changer. Yeah, cool. The technology is awesome, and yes, it is leaps and bounds from what it was. But I don't see Lern putting on our VR headset at home.
Well, when I have put them on, I don't have one, but when I go to my friend's house that they play video games, I put them on, and I'm amazed.
It's cool. Yeah, the technology's awesome, but
I'm not a gamer, so it's not for me yet. But if they start saying, "Hey, man, like." You can have TV, or you can be inside your favorite movie, or we're going to start filming movies where you are actually part of the movie where you can walk around and stuff. I'm all over it.
Are you?
Or like how Avenged Sevenfold just put out that VR concert that they did where if you have a VR headset, you can be on stage with Avenged.
This is cool for an hour. I mean...
No, man, like
if you could be in a movie.
If I could be in my favorite movies or with movie stars that I enjoy, I would love
feel
that.
it's going to be the Goonies or something. If you
I just feel it's going to be. I'm gonna try it out. It's going to be cool, great experience. But that's it.
Yeah, but we just really started at a consumer level, and we're already there. If you play that Star Wars game and you're handing that cube to Darth Vader, it's goosebumps.
I know, but as a 46-year-old person.
Well,
it gets your heart rate up, man.
I'm just saying, by the time you're 66, I think your tune's going to change.
You would love those games where you actually are holding a gun, like it's a shooter game with the zombies. I don't remember. I played it at the alley with all these little kids. It scared the hell out of me. I was like, dude, you turn around, there's a zombie there, and you're shooting it. It's crazy.
Again, the technology is great. And this is all about this is the next big thing.
I want to hear is there any noises that older ladies would make if they were riding on a roller coaster?
Wow.
Yeah, see, that's early VR.
Okay, here's another one. HD DVDs. HD DVDs.
Right.
Next big thing, guys, HD DVDs. Which lost out to Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm. Blu-ray even. Who gives a crap about Blu-ray? Nobody.
Blu-ray was... Right, it had a good run.
The same run as the HD.
HD DVDs were supposed to be the next big thing. Then Blu-ray came along.
I would say HD was cooler than Blu-ray because HD was taking old-ass movies and then refining them to be better quality of a visual. What did Blu-ray do? You had to get an entirely new DVD player. Like, what was so cool about a Blu-ray disc?
I can't even tell you.
Exactly.
I have no idea.
At least we knew with HD, you're watching 16 Candles, these John Hughes movies, and they're more, you're Molly Ringwald, you can see her pores.
But couldn't you buy that on Blu-ray too?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the hell?
Blu-ray.
I didn't know what it was.
Blu-ray was the Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast of that whole medium, because you're like, yeah, I know this is better than what I have, but I'll just wait a few months because the next thing's coming. Mm-hmm. It's gonna out.
It's gonna come out on Blu-ray.
Yeah. You remember Sega Dreamcast?
Yeah.
You remember your one friend that had one, and you're like, damn, those games are better looking than mine, but I don't think I'm gonna.
That was
bite.
right before a PlayStation.
Yeah, you're like, I don't think I'm gonna bite. I feel
and
like there's
PlayStation
something
came
coming
out.
right behind it.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel something coming right
that
behind
was Blu-ray, and people were like, oh, here, because at the station people would always give us Blu-rays. And I'm like, nah, it's okay. Nah, it's okay. I got a feeling something's coming right on the heels of
We
this.
start streaming.
Yep, it's called lower quality.
One more before we move on. One more, and this is for me a band. Okay, that they were put, and this was maybe mid-90s, maybe towards the later end of the 90s when I first started getting into radio. They pushed the crap out of this band as the next big thing, and never did anything. The friggin' Wallflowers.
Oh yeah.
The Wallflowers. I don't know why. In my mind,
baby.
They had like 2 or 3 huge singles.
One
great.
song.
No,
they had
you're
one
wrong.
album.
One headlight.
Bringing down the horse.
One headlight was the first one. They had 2 or 3 other hits.
Name any one of them besides
I'm
one.
not a Wallflowers fan
Name
clubber,
any
but
one of them
come on,
besides
man.
one headlight.
I
Be
was
reasonable.
a Wallflowers
They had a song
fan.
in the
They had
Godzilla
1, 2
soundtrack that
headlights
nobody
to
gave a
follow
crap
it.
about.
You're wrong. I listened to one the other day. It came on some random thing.
Hey.
Hang on.
Yeah,
It was probably one headlight.
the follow-up was 2 headlights. That was a good one.
You know what? It's a
guys are
Nepo
so
baby,
cute.
Jacob Dylan. I thought that was so cool because my dad was a Bob Dylan fan, and then I got Jacob Dylan. That was my era. And then he just completely fizzled out. However, they were just in town, weren't they? Were
Yeah,
they not?
they're
Just
And
in
they
the
were
pageant.
good musicians. I remember seeing them in concert.
They're crazy good, man.
Um,
I think that was probably more. Was that an
96.
internal kind of thing? 'Cause I don't
Dang,
think
dude.
the
It went
public
6
denied 'em.
times platinum there, 4 times
One
platinum
song.
in the U.S.
One song.
Let's
There's
see.
2 songs.
6th Avenue Heartache.
Sixth Avenue.
Okay.
Sixth Avenue Heartache.
Okay.
Thank
That
you.
was
Say it. Say it. It starts
it
with
was
an
a
S.
minor hit.
That was the second single.
Minor hit.
It didn't do as well as one. I'll give you 6th Avenue.
Heroes,
The
their
difference.
version.
Yep.
That was the Godzilla song.
The difference also did really well.
The difference. Yeah.
No, it didn't.
The
I mean,
difference is
one
you.
headlight, 6th Avenue Heartache, Heroes, The Difference, 3 Marlinas.
No.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah.
knows that song.
One headlight made number 58 on Rolling Stone's list of 100 greatest pop songs.
Right. It's a great song. Okay. The Wallflowers. That's
Okay.
that's mine. That's it.
Yeah, for me, it's the pogo ball. Those used to be the thing, you know?
The pogo ball?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Or how about the pogo stick? Everybody's supposed to be. That's the next big thing. Everybody's going to be pogo sticking around.
We have a pogo stick in our garage now.
What?
Where'd it come from? It's haunted.
Well, you have a house that has a garage that is naturally formed there.
So they got a pogo stick, and then the neighbor kid broke it, and Mallory's like, "Yeah, we got to go to the store." I was like, "What are you guys getting?" Like, "Oh, we're going to get another pogo stick." I said, "What did you say?"
Another pogo stick?
Yeah, she goes, "Pogo stick." I said, "No, another pogo stick." She goes, "Yeah, we had one, and the neighbor kid broke it, and we got to go get another one because the kids are all into it." What?
When are the kids into pogo sticking?
What decade is this? I don't know, but you know what? I heard about it for that day, and then the next day. I never saw them playing with it, but apparently they did. And you know where it's been? Untouched in the garage ever since.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, today is May the 7th. Back in the day, 306 years ago, 1718, the city of New Orleans was founded by the French. Happy birthday, New Orleans.
Thank you.
79 years ago, 1945, World War II officially ends when Germany signs an unconditional surrender in France. 59 years ago, 1965, Keith Richards falls asleep in the early hours of the morning while improvising on a new guitar in his hotel room in Clearwater, Florida, probably after, doing drugs. He wakes up in the morning, couldn't remember the riff, but noticed a tape recorder. He was just running. He had left running. Played back the opening riff of I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
That's right.
So the story goes. Or is it just legend? I don't know.
It's a great story.
28 years ago, 1996, Martin Lawrence hospitalized after suffering a nervous breakdown. He runs into traffic, yelling at cars, screaming, "Fight the establishment." The cops also found a gun in his pants pocket. 25 years ago, 1999. Remember the Jenny Jones show?
Yes.
Oh, this was the famous
Remember the famous story there?
Infamous.
A jury ordered the Jenny Jones show pay more than $25 million to the family of Scott Amador, who was shot to death after revealing a secret crush on a guy named Jonathan Schmitz, who was a fellow guest on the show. The Jonathan Schmitz guy just killed him.
Wow.
The decision wound up being later overturned by an appeals court, which ruled that the talk show was not responsible for what its guests do after appearances. 19 years ago, 2005, Gwen Stefani's Holla Back Girl hits #1 in the U.S. And 17 years ago, in 2007, Sammy Hagar sells 80% of his Cabo Wabo Tequila Company for $80 million.
Golly.
And that's what happened back in the day. All right, it's time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And we start with this story with Slash. He says it's a no-brainer that Ozzy Osbourne should be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's going to have this happen on October 19th. And here's a little bit of audio of Slash talking about how Ozzy is such an influence for everyone.
Okay.
I think it's great. I mean, I think Ozzy is one of the most influential people in rock and roll, period. You know, there's legions of fans out there that will agree with me on that. So it's a no-brainer that he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as Ozzy, because Black Sabbath is one thing, but when Ozzy went out on his own and did Blizzard of Oz, and Ozzy went on to become, you know, one of the biggest record sellers in the business. So, yeah, I think that it goes without saying that he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Is there anybody that thinks he should not?
No, but it's just taken this long. It's I mean, he went in with Black
I
Sabbath.
get it. He went in with Sabbath, and listen, he got it. the time is now.
The time is now. It's
He's got
worth.
some great songs as a solo guy.
Definitely. And he's still putting out new music.
Yes.
So.
Because he's more famous than Black Sabbath, right?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, because Tony Iommi, all the other guys like hold their own too. They still do things on the side. They're not as famous as Ozzy.
No.
He's more famous than Black Sabbath.
But
my kids don't know what Black Sabbath is. They know who Ozzy is.
That's kind of sad then.
They know Ozzy. Ozzy is.
That's just timing. You know, Black Sabbath didn't have a MTV reality.
They know
show.
Ozzy Osbourne as maybe the dad from the MTV show and just doing the commercials now and stuff.
That's true.
In pop culture, yes, but musically, I don't know. Black Sabbath was such an inspiration for
I guess
generation of bands.
Foundational metal, you know. To me, Black Sabbath is very similar to Led Zeppelin. It started that foundation of rock music.
I like personally Black Sabbath better than solo Ozzy.
Oh, you do?
Music-wise?
I'm probably 50-50 on both. Like, I love them both pretty equally. Anyway, do you like the Talking Heads?
Never really got into them. I know the hits.
Well, Stop Making Sense, that iconic music, well, the concert, it's on HBO Max now. In fact, last Friday after Hot Shots, I went home and Tim and I turned it on and we just cranked it, turned the lights down. I was like dancing to David Byrne, singing all the Talking Heads songs. That's the one where the suit gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, with Talking Heads coming together last year to promote the remastered version of their 1984 concert film, Stop Making Sense, fans have been hoping that they would reunite for a performance or tour, and that just might happen. Drummer Chris Frantz posted a photo of the marquee at the Pantages Theater in Hollywood from their December 1983 residency there, which resulted in Stop Making Sense, the album and film, and he put the caption, "We shall return." Now, people are remaining hopeful, but he could also be referring to the bands coming together at that venue for a Q&A with the screening of this film June 4th.
And you know the hit songs, Burn It Down the House and Psycho Killer.
Yes.
And,
Take Me to the River. Oh my gosh.
They got some bangers.
And that's one of the coolest concert films to ever be produced.
Really?
Yeah, and even if you're not, I wasn't a Talking Heads fan until like later in life. And I remember watching it, I don't know, in high school, somebody showed it to me and I was like, this isn't for me. Watching it now in my 30s, it means so much more. And I just think it's such an artistic, neat concert film. So check it out. And also, like, Paramore and all these different bands are coming together to do these Talking Heads songs in conjunction with this revival of that concert film. I can't wait for that. I'm excited. 21 Pilots is going to host a series of global listening parties at record stores this week before the official release of their 7th studio album, Clancy, happening on May 24th. And it's going to happen here in St. Louis. The Record Space on Gravois will be hosting this event. So if you attend, you'll be able to get limited edition 21 Pilots wristband, a poster on a first-come, first-served basis. Participating stores will also launch a special pre-order of the CD version of Clancy featuring alternative artwork and a booklet. It's kind of cool.
I was just thinking, so Drake and Kendrick Lamar are going at it.
Yeah.
Beefing.
They're beefing. I'm Team Kendrick, by the way. Just
Same.
So you know. And they said, those kind of fights only work in the rap world. It doesn't. You cannot translate it to the rock world. Like, what if 21 Pilots had a beef with Imagine Dragons? What would that look like?
Oh, that'd be so tight.
A glittery mess.
You know what it would mean? A lot more songs.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what's happening with Drake and
but
Kendrick Lamar.
these rap songs, they're putting them out now once a week. These diss tracks and the comeback tracks.
Dude.
What is the fight over? I haven't been following that at all.
Apparently nobody likes Drake. Apparently he's a joke in the rap community.
Why is Kendrick Lamar taking it upon himself to be the spokesperson for all those people?
I don't know who fired the first shot, but I do like that shower thought somebody sent us the other day that said rappers doing diss tracks is just two grown men locking themselves in locking themselves in a dark room and writing poems about each other.
Cool.
That is the best.
Perfect.
But it would not translate into the rock world. I don't know. Can you see 21 Pilots going after Imagine Dragons?
Well, you know what it is? It's Leonard Skinner and Neil Young.
Diss tracks.
That's whenever that happened, because Neil Young and Leonard Skinner obviously had the beef back in the day, and they wrote songs about each other. That's what Sweet Home Alabama talks about. Old Neil put her down, talking about, Neil's liberal views versus.
Well, I hope Neil Young will remember.
Yes.
I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not as cool as Kendrick Lamar and Drake going at each other with songs. I'm just saying.
Well, in other rap news, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre's Gin and Juice beverage is going to become the title sponsor of the Arizona Bowl in Tucson. The official name is the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. The partnership makes history as the Arizona Bowl becomes the first college postseason matchup to be sponsored by an alcoholic beverage. Snoop said, "I've sent many players through my Snoop Youth Football League to colleges and the NFL, so it's only fitting that I bring the juice back to college football.
Right.
With Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop, we're going to make it the Arizona Bowl into a game day experience like never before, and that'll take place on December 28th.
Hey, you know that beefing thing, that rock and roll beefing, it would have to be somebody like Kid Rock versus who else? Like who else would
Kid Rock versus Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam is not going to involve themselves with Kid Rock. It's got to be somebody that's much sassier. You know, that would like do like some cheese ass riff, and like, you know, it's got to be something you can just make in a week. Just some riff with like yelling over it. You know, honestly, Limp Bizkit could do a diss track. That would be so sick.
They would never do that to Sweet Kid Rock, though. Those guys are bros.
You think so?
Yeah,
Nah,
I do.
yeah, they don't want to do that. I'm trying to think of the polar opposites of the political spectrum.
Like, who's so loved and who's not well liked? It'd be like,
Well, if we're dissing each other, you know, it's probably going to be over.
it'd be Foo Fighters and Nickelback.
No,
I
if
don't see-
anybody's friends, it's
Foo
those
Fighters
two.
and Lisa Loeb.
Foo Fighters and Nickelback. They ain't fighting. Foo Fighters ain't fighting nobody.
No.
Yeah.
I could see Nickelback, Imagine Dragons.
Okay, there it is. There's the
that
matchup.
would be great.
Man.
Give us the
Nickelback
album we
versus
want.
Creed.
Oh, that's the show.
now we're talking.
Now we're
Yes.
getting into the ring here, guys.
Yeah.
This seems
Nickelback
reasonable.
versus Creed.
I could see Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue doing it to each other.
Yeah.
Well, it was back in the day, Guns N' Roses versus Nirvana.
Oh, yeah. It's very true.
That was actually a thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and it was Kurt Cobain's fault, too. The story behind that goes, Axl Rose was a huge Nirvana fan. In fact, wore a Nirvana shirt in one of the Guns N' Roses videos. Just think the Use Your Illusions record came out during the whole Nevermind phase of things, and Kurt Cobain did not like Guns N' Roses and talked smack about them in the press.
What a bummer.
Enough where during one of the MTV Awards, there was a fight backstage.
Yeah.
And that was 100% Kurt Cobain's fault because, again, Axl Rose was a Nirvana fan and actually was a champion of them.
I wonder how he feels about Kurt Cobain now. You think he still loves Nirvana?
Because Axl was, I know this is a dumb question because he had so much trouble. Was he a druggie or anything?
I don't think so. I don't think Axl Rose.
So I
was-
wonder if he
I think
has
was
that
just a dick.
compassion where he's like, okay, this is a guy that was not in his right mind.
No, I think Axl Rose was just a jerk.
You think
Anyway.
so?
Yeah.
Man, I'm so curious. I mean, that guy, what a life. He gets to be in a band for what, like 5 years, and it becomes like the biggest band on earth, and then he doesn't have to do nothing for 30-something years. And when he comes back, he still doesn't have to do anything except for show up and sing.
Axl Rose?
I haven't seen an interview with the guy. I haven't seen it. Like I saw something on Instagram where you know, Richard Fortus and Slash and whoever else was in like a guitar factory, and they're all there. And I'm like looking over people's shoulders, like, is Axl there? I'm like, of course he's not there.
He
doesn't do
will give an
podcasts.
interview every once in a while.
He does.
It's
What's he
wild he's not
sound
doing
like?
podcasts or
What's he
anything
say? You know what? I don't want to know because it's so much. It makes him so much
That's
cooler.
why he's
Yeah, the mystery.
That he's just
he's
like,
a
nah,
legendary
F
He
you.
is cool, man.
I'm gonna do whatever
Axl
I'm doing.
Rose is cool.
He
He's
is
his
cool.
own thing. I love it.
Well, you know who else is cool is Adam Wainwright. And the Cardinals
yes.
pitcher, after 18 seasons in baseball, did a big interview on his new career as a country musician. He just released his debut album last month. It's called Hey Y'all, with 13
Hey Y'all.
original songs. His first single is called Hey Y'all, and he played the Grand Ole Opry in March. He opened for the Zach Brown Band last month. He is doing a show with Travis Tritt later this summer. He is full on country, and he says he's not sad to leave baseball. He's just grateful that he could play as long as he did, and he is excited about this new country
I'm telling
chapter.
you, Adam Wainwright is getting national attention. Like,
Yeah.
not just St. Louis attention. I know he's playing the Confluence Music Festival over at the racetrack. But he's getting national attention from his country stuff.
And apparently, it's pretty good.
It's a big deal.
Let's move over to TV. Richard Simmons has shared an audio message on his official YouTube, but people are speculating, is this really him or is it artificial intelligence? So we're going to play a little bit of it and let's judge.
Man, I hate that we're here. We're like, is this really Richard Simmons or is this AI?
It's on his official YouTube, and there's a little message with
We
it.
have not heard Richard Simmons speak for a while.
Right.
All right, here we go.
Hi, everybody. It's Richard. Happy May 6th, 2024. Thank you so much for reading my messages. Roses are red, violets are blue. Do you know how much I love you? Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.
I don't think it's him.
You don't? I think it is.
I'm going to say it's him.
Now, he says the date as like, here's proof it's really him.
Which
I don't
makes it
buy
seem not real.
Which makes it seem not real to me.
I imagine him in like some sort of foyer at his house, and he's recording.
I bet
this
you
on
he
a
does
phone.
not look like anything like you remember him.
I know.
I bet you Richard Simmons has like a beard, probably like dyed hair, like he doesn't have the fro like you normally would see Richard Simmons. He doesn't wear any of the sweat of the oldie stuff. I bet you Richard Simmons walks among us, and we have no idea.
Well,
he's hiding in plain sight.
I love it.
If he's changed since about 2014 or so, because he lived around the corner from my buddy, where my buddy was staying at, and we'd see him out there in his yard every once in a while, and he looked pretty much like himself, except gray hair and all that.
I'm telling you, since he's out of the spotlight, I bet you he is changed what he looks like, and could be at the grocery store.
You think he's wearing sweaters?
Yeah.
That's all he's
I
going
bet
to do, and he's not going to be recognizable.
No, I bet you he's got the he's famous.
I
for the
know,
fro.
of course. I'm just
But
making a joke about how the only time I've never not seen his armpits.
Yeah.
right. But I bet you he's got like full shirts on, wearing sleeves.
Full shirt, that's what I
Sweater's
mean.
made out of his arm.
You put sleeves on him, it's like camouflage. The guy disappears.
I bet you got like a black goatee and hiding in plain
He's looking
sight.
like Steven Seagal. You're describing Steven Seagal.
Listen, if I can't
Steven Seagal.
if I can't see his armpits and his kneecaps, how am I supposed to tell it's really Richard
It might be
Simmons?
Right.
Steve Lukather, actually.
Could be. William Shatner is 93 years old and says he'd be open to returning to his role as Captain Kirk from Star Trek if special effects could de-age him a bit. He says it's an intriguing idea, almost impossible, but if it was a great role and so well written and there was a
Of
reason
course he will.
he would do it. However,
William Shatner does everything.
but there's a timeline problem because Shatner's Kirk died in 1994 with the Star Trek Generations movie, so maybe it'd be a prequel. Who knows? He's
William
down.
Shatner will do it. How's he, 90?
He's 93.
He will do 93. Wow. Just give the man work. If he stops working, he will die.
Yeah, just let him keep going. He was going
Just
back up
give
into
it-
space again.
Give him work.
Speaking of giving work, if you were hoping that Drew Carey was going to discontinue hosting The Price is Right one day, bad news. He has no plans to retire and says, quote, I want to die on stage with the mic in my hand. So he took over from Bob Barker in 2007, and he says that he just wants to do it till he dies. So there you go. Ben Affleck made an appearance at the roast of Tom Brady Sunday night. People were very quick to point out online that he looks like he's gotten some work done. One person joked on Twitter that he's, quote, hard launching a new face. Another person says, fresh from facelift. Another person said he looked melty looking. And then Ben was also compared to Curious George and Bruce Springsteen after a 3-day bender.
Melty.
I looked him up. He doesn't look bad.
No, he looks like Ben Affleck.
At the roast, he looked.
I didn't stay up long enough
I didn't
to
stay
watch.
up long enough either to watch it.
Apparently he did something close to the in memoriam.
Yeah, he looks sweaty, a little sweaty.
The little dewy? That's good.
Dewy. Yeah,
little
Dewy is
hydrated.
in. Shiny
He looked a
makeup
little
is in.
dewy.
Does he look Curious George and Bruce Springsteen after a 3-day bender? Does that come to your mind when you look at that face?
No, I didn't think it looked bad.
Well, you can judge for yourself at 1057 The Point whenever we get the blog up. There's a horror story about Jesus coming out. Nick Cage is going to play Jesus' adoptive father, Joseph, in what's called The Carpenter's Son. FKA Twigs is going to play Mary. Noah Jupe from A Quiet Place is going to play Jesus. And it's not clear how faithful this movie will be. The official synopsis is the Carpenter's Son tells the dark story of a family hiding out in Roman Egypt.
I thought it was Nick Cage trying to get his son into the Union.
Oh man, I was listening to Armchair Expert podcast yesterday. Tiffany Haddish is the guest, and she talks about the first time she ever had a big O and how it was in a movie theater watching a Nick Cage film. And so her first time having an O was a close up to Nick Cage's eyes. So when she worked with him on a movie a couple years ago and saw him in person for the first time, she could not deliver her lines correctly, and she was like, I know this is really inappropriate, but I just have to tell you, like, the first time I ever got mine.
I don't believe this story.
No, listen to her tell it. It was hilarious. And apparently Nick Cage loved hearing that. Fast X director Louis Leterrier finally shared some major updates regarding the highly anticipated 11th installment of Fast and Furious. The confirmed sequel, Fast 11, is going to be delayed until the summer of 2026. And he says, the strikes and just different reasons have pushed this thing back. So 2026 is when you can expect that. And finally, Americans, I was talking about this over the weekend, that the Fall Guy was a 2-hour something movie, and it felt long. And Americans are over lengthy movies. A new poll found that moviegoers feel 92 minutes is the ideal length for a movie.
I'm okay with that, actually.
I am as well. Americans are over losing the entire afternoon or evening to one film. Only 15% of us want to sit through a movie that's longer than 3 hours.
I will say that 90 minutes is perfect for a movie.
I agree.
Because if I will look up run times before I go see a movie, and if I see it's over 2 hours, I go,
Well, Marvel could be impacted by this because they have an average superhero movie running longer than 2 hours.
Those things are crazy long.
They are.
Yeah,
and Martin Scorsese movies,
Yes.
crazy long. Christopher Nolan movies, crazy long.
I love them. I understand how it should be shorter, but I like long movies. I like the investment.
I like them if they're the big drama kind of just gladiator kind of film. That's where it's really exciting instead of 90 minutes of that. But if it's your normal average, someone kidnapped my wife, I got to go across the world.
90 minutes, fine.
90 minutes is perfect.
Hey, before we go to the birthdays, I do got to say, and Moon mentioned this before Crap On in the commercial break. If you're a musician, Sam Ash, the music store, officially closing every location.
Crazy.
Which is a bummer. I was just going to drop a ton of money at Sam Ash.
After 100, well, you know what? And they say they're liquidating everything, so now is the time to spend a ton of cash at Sam Ash. 100 years in business.
They're liquidating because apparently they owe the distributors, some distributors, a lot of money.
What's your return?
Founded by Sam and Rose Ash in Brooklyn, New York in 1924. They posted on their website and social media, every location will begin closing sales on May 2nd. And they're in Jersey, California, Texas, New York. So if you're a musician, you know Sam Ash, but that's it.
Yeah, it was like one of the first catalogs I ever got.
Yeah.
Dunzo. Sam Ash closing all locations.
Dang.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today, Alexander Ludwig. That's Bjorn, Ragnar's oldest son on Vikings. Also on the Hunger Games and Race to Witch Mountain is 32. Earl Thomas, 2 first names, former Baltimore Ravens defensive back, is 35. A.D. Bryant from SNL is 37. Maya Erskine, that's Donald Glover's Jane in Amazon's Mr. and Mrs. Smith, is 37. Morocco Omarari, Tariq in Empire, is 49. Breckin Meyer from Clueless, Road Trip, Rat Race, Garfield, Ghost of Girlfriends Past, and Franklin and Bash is 50. Eagle Eye Cherry, which I did not realize was his actual name.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was like the band name.
Save tonight.
Eagle Eye Cherry is 56. Amy Heckerling, female director who headed up 2 movies that defined 2 generations, Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Clueless. Amy Heckerling is 70 years old.
Didn't she do, oh no, Penelope Spears did.
Yeah, it's Penelope.
I was
Wayne's
thinking
World.
Wayne's World.
Former professional boxer Randall Tex Cobb is 74. And Bill Kreutzmann, the drummer for
The Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead.
Wow.
He played every single one of the band's 2,300 shows. Bill is 78 years old.
Also the biggest YouTuber, Mr. Beast. You know how old that dude is?
30.
26.
26?
Oh.
That's
He's
ridiculous.
a baby.
A guy's worth $1 gazillion. That's right, $1 gazillion.
A gazillion.
They're making up stuff for how much he's worth.
Good for him. man.
26 years old.
That is crazy.
Today's porno birthday, which being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is a legend, Tracy Lords.
Oh, the legend.
I love
Tracy
Cry Baby.
Lords, yeah, who tried to go mainstream. Did she do anything besides Cry Baby?
I don't know. Did she do
Was
any
she in
other John
comedies or
Waters
something?
movies? That's obviously
Tracy
the most
Lords is
iconic
hot.
one. She's so gorgeous in that movie. My God.
So Tracy
My God.
Lords,
My God.
114 fine films, including The Adventures of Tracy Dick, which is, I believe, a title we had yesterday, too. She was in another role in The Hay, Beverly Hills Copulator, Gourmet Quickies 23, Holly Does Hollywood 1, Lust in the Fast Lane, New Wave Hookers 1, Porn in the USA, Whore of the Worlds, and who could forget her role in 1985's the very classy The Jubilee of Eroticism. Tracy Lords is 56 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
Good enough,
I don't
they
think
were
there are. We got emails here in just a second, but first...
Special alert. This is breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news, guys. The Blues have just announced that Drew Bannister has been signed. St. Louis Blues president of hockey operations and general manager Doug Armstrong announces today the team has signed a 2-year contract with Drew Bannister to make him the 27th head coach in franchise history. So no more interim head coach. He is now the official head coach of your St. Louis Blues. He was named interim coach on December 12th of last year. Did pretty good, after taking over for Craig Berube. But they've now signed him to a 2-year deal. So
Are you
Drew
excited
Bannister
with it?
is your official St. Louis Blues head coach. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like probably a good move. They're probably
I think
not,
so.
They're probably not paying him a ton. He had a record of 30, 19, and 5, 65 points. Stood as the 12th best points percentage overall during that span, and wasn't obviously the result that we wanted this year or last year. So maybe it's one of those like, hey, he's doing pretty well. We're going to get him at a premium because he wants to stay where he is right now. And you sign him on a 2-year deal. Worst case scenario, he really just poops the bed or something. And
dump after a year.
Yeah, in the next year, and you cut your losses, and it's not that much of a
been
loss.
in the Blues organization for 6 years.
It seems like a logical move.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know anything about it, but
And I bet they're anticipating their because some of the players just kind of had off seasons this year. So
let's see what they're saying on the social medias.
That's what this team is going nowhere. Another person I feel sorry for, y'all.
And the stream of bad decisions continues.
but it's all the same chirping.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
It was all
Glad
the same.
we're fine rotting in mediocrity.
All the same chirping. I mean, literally, you're using the same words and the same lines that we used in 2019 before we won the cup.
True.
You know what I mean?
Congratulations, Drew. Oh, who's making the decisions? John Mazalok.
The right decision, says Passing Drill.
Again, what do I know?
that's funny.
What do we know, man?
listen.
And I mean the collective.
Hey, well, congrats
every
to
one
him,
of us.
I'm a fan.
All of us.
I'm a fan of the Blues. We'll see what happens.
Root for the team. He's on the team.
He's on the team, guys. All right, let's get to some of your emails. Rizzo at 1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. I know the movie The Truman Show is much loved by members of the Rizz Show and mentioned previously more than a few times. So I wanted to bring to your attention a documentary on Hulu called The Contestant. It's about what truly was a real-life version of the movie. It took place in Japan as a hit reality show before the movie ever came out. It's unbelievable this actually took place. It actually kind of shocked me, even against the pantheon of bizarre Japanese shows. I would love to hear your reactions to this being a real-life story. Trevor.
What is this? What was it called?
It's called The Contestant. Reality show contestants spent months trapped in a windowless apartment, clueless that millions of people were watching.
On Hulu.
The horrific reality show aired from 1998 to 2002 and is now the subject of a new Hulu documentary. Reality show contestant, wow.
I didn't know he was a reality. Okay.
True story?
Apparently. A bit like The Truman Show, but with very extreme situations. That led a lot of viewers questioning many of the show's challenges, with some on social media even dumbing it as sick. Yeah, I'll watch it. Thank you. That's on Hulu, called The Contestant. All right.
Wow.
Goes from mildly interesting to downright gut-churning and emotional territory it seldom leaves from there on out.
Wow.
Okay.
Man, right up my alley.
Rizzuto.
Let's have a
Right up
serious
my
weekend.
alley. Gut churning, yes.
I'll let you give me the review. I don't know.
All right. Next.
Let's go to food emails. Hi. My son Sam wants macarons for his birthday party. You guys were talking about some really good ones a few shows ago. Please help. Thanks, guys. Great.
Give the plug down the street.
I'm going to talk about Le Bon Boucher. I freaking love that place. They just brought a birthday cake for Scott a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But they're right here on Olive, just
Yumminess.
west of 270.
Nothing like a 40-year-old guy saying yummy, by the way, Scott.
You're welcome.
They got the best.
I said yumminess.
They got the best macarons in town. They have tons of great desserts. A good lunch over there as well. What's that soup? The
French onion soup.
French onion soup with the cheddar on top or whatever cheese that is. Oh my gosh, so freaking good. So yeah, get some macarons.
When a man in their 40s says yummy, I don't know. Everything after what you say is just. Oh, did you finish watching the Jerry Seinfeld Unfrosted?
I didn't finish it. Yummy so far, though. No, dude, I think it would have been one of those films, if you had it in the 90s, everyone would just be like, hey, it's a great comedy. It's good. It's fun. It's got the jokes. It's got great performances, decent plot. I don't know. I don't see why it's.
I stopped watching after a half hour.
So I understand what you're saying. It's kind of slap.
It's almost like Pee Wee Herman, but not as slapsticky.
It's kind of
almost there.
Yeah, it's kind of slappy and silly. But the problem is, it's like it doesn't make it interesting. Like you don't want it. Does. There's not a lot of things.
Well, it's almost like it's spoofing the story they're telling.
Yeah, but
because they keep insulting.
I'm
the
not
cereal
rooting for
world and-
anybody. There's
Interesting
no.
enough.
It's not. It does. It's not. Has not held me.
This isn't a movie for you.
There's no grip.
I think this is kind of a movie for Scott.
It is a movie for Scott.
Yeah.
They made this movie for you.
And I love that for you.
You know.
I will watch it.
No, it's one of those.
I'm in
that-
between both of
Again,
these.
if you go in with that mindset of like, it's this quality, it's people I love watching, doing silly things. I'm gonna have.
This
fun.
is the Jerry Seinfeld movie that's on Netflix. It just, as a huge Seinfeld fan, I just wasted a half hour watching this, and I hated even saying that.
I know.
Wow.
Next.
When you guys were talking about Nikki Glaser being on Tom Brady's roast, Rizz jokingly says, quote, "She doesn't do our show anymore. I know you're just being funny, but is there some truth to that? Like, is there a specific type of contract certain talent has or a certain method of communication different people might have that affect what shows they appear on? I'm curious as to how all this stuff works because Nikki always seemed to genuinely love being on your show and talking to you guys.
She used to come on here all the time. She's a 5-timer.
I can't see a reason why she chose not to be on the show if it wasn't due to management or contract obligations. Love you guys. Howdy, fellas."
I don't know. Listen, I don't know what's going on. She used to come on our show all the time, and she doesn't anymore.
She mad at you?
No, she has no reason to. We were a big Nikki Glaser champion.
Right.
Listen,
yeah.
her boyfriend
Our boyfriend does a show right
does
down
a
the
show.
hall.
Her boyfriend is on Courtney's show.
So if she comes to this studio, she's doing
She's going
their
there.
show. You got to understand that.
That's basically it.
The next email.
I also like
She was
busting
here
balls.
last week. I saw her in the hallway.
I also like busting chops. Like saying she doesn't do our show anymore.
Starting a radio war with her. Love it.
Well, I mean, she's
obviously stirs up drama with the listeners because this is not
They
the
want
only.
it.
We got a whole bunch of
We
emails
got
about this.
I want her to come on. We've exchanged pleasantries in the hall, but I've never sat on a program with
I'm a
her.
fan. She's very famous.
She's very
the best.
fun. She's very fun.
She was on Stern yesterday. She's on Kimmel tonight.
She's incredible.
She was everybody's saying like the best part of the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
I think she was a B student in my dad's science class.
She had Moon's dad in science.
She passed.
She just listen. Her boyfriend's on.
One of you need to start dating Nikki Glaser, okay? Who's going to do it?
Well, we're all.
We'd have to kill Chris Convey.
Okay, well, she said she would shoot him in the face for a night with Tom Brady at the roast, so I don't think she'll get
Right.
it.
Really? Good luck
I got
with
a
that.
connection to Tom Brady.
Chris seems like a guy that could
Dodge a bullet.
take
Yeah,
it,
and
pop
I'll say
back
that
up, and do some crazy
Chris
stuff.
Convey is cuter than Tom Brady. As we know,
That's for
he's
sure.
mid.
That's for sure.
So I don't think she made the right choice with that.
Yeah, there's no rivalry. I mean, it's just the boyfriend show. That's it. I mean, we're not far away. She doesn't need like.
Why don't you invite her? You have her number, text, say, hey, next time you're in town, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, she's been invited a few times.
Oh,
She was
and she's
on-
declined?
No, she's just been busy or whatever.
Yeah, or just not doesn't respond. That's fine.
When's the last time she was on? Was it 2 years ago?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's
It's
been.
fine.
I think it's been since she and Chris got back together.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's a very complicated
fine.
situation.
I totally get it.
Yeah,
It's
fine.
Whatever. Yeah.
I would love to. Nikki, I'm inviting you
fine.
to the show
It's
as
fine.
the female on the show. Thank you.
It's fine.
Well, you got more weight than we do?
No, I'm just
No,
saying.
no, that's
maybe
fine.
she's had a beef with you people.
No, there's
I don't know. She doesn't know me.
There's no need.
You're right. Maybe Scott said something
There's an
so
open
insulting.
door
like he
policy.
does.
She could walk in whenever she wants.
Great.
It's fine. Next.
What's up, y'all? You were recently discussing a list of the top new metal bands, and I don't believe Incubus was on that list. I can't remember if they were mentioned even in your discussion. I feel that they're deserving of being there. Let me know your thoughts. Top-notch show, day in and day out. Love you. You brighten my mornings.
Maybe the Science record.
First two records, Fungus Among Us and Science.
Maybe Science is a newish metal
Yeah,
record.
I would give it. And pardon me, the record that was on.
Make Yourself?
Make Yourself, yeah.
No, I think it's a
cannot
solid.
subscribe.
Those are just rock albums, aren't they?
I don't think they're new metal.
No, I think they're kind of like the Foo Fighter thing, where it's just good old rock.
And it goes down to Mike's guitar playing. There's nothing metal
Is
about
Incubus new metal?
it. There's nothing metal about his approach.
But what is it then?
What is new metal?
No. What is Incubus?
What is
then?
Incubus?
I think
it's
the
alternative
Science
rock, man.
record. The Science record is. You'd consider that a new
Are
metal.
you? When's the last time I listened to that record monthly?
I don't. As do I. Listen to A Certain Shade of Green. That's kind of a metal song.
Yeah, but even if you play it on guitar, it's not new metal. I know how it could be confused for it. I totally understand what you're saying, but I would never consider them a new metal band. I
But
just I don't
similar
see
to the Deftones, they can be romantic music,
Well,
like romancy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Like,
call them new metal because it hurts their feelings, apparently. So,
well, I don't want to hurt Brandon Boyd at
according
all.
to
they're like-
metalsucks.com.
They're like romance funk, you know, like they were trying to be Mr. Bungle forever there.
Like
they even went
Stellar.
in. They even went into the record. So my buddy produced their record After Science, and they went in and said one of the reasons that they like this guy so much is because he didn't know the Science record, and they wanted to sound completely different because they kept getting mixed up with bands they didn't want to be mixed up with. So even they were like, "That's not what we want. We don't want to sound like
They don't
this."
want to be called that. They
And
said-
apparently they went in to that Science record and like they were and Fungus Among Us and Enjoy and all that, and they were like, we want to bungle out here. Like they were Chili Peppers and Mr. Bungle fans.
What about they were on the Family Values tour? I remember they opened up for like Korn and Rammstein and all
yeah,
that.
maybe it was just an opportunity to get in front of people.
Yeah.
But they fit in at that festival. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Snow Cool
Yeah,
with
but I think-
Deftones too, right?
I think it is
You're right about
alternative.
that, yeah.
Next.
All right, let's see. Good morning, y'all. I want to send the biggest thank you to each and every one of you, even though Rafe wasn't there physically. I felt his presence and spirit for giving me the small amount in time to say hello and autograph my Jeff Burton shirt.
Oh, yeah.
To you, I was just another Rizz Show weirdo, but to me, it was some of the greatest moments. I listen to the show daily, and I've
This
been a
Hot
listener.
Shots in Edwardsville.
Yep, I listen to the show daily, and I've been a listener since the Woody and Rizz Show. I don't get a chance to make it to many Rizz Show events because life happens a lot, and I have the worst luck with timing. But when I do make it to an event like Cinco de Rizzo, it's really hard for me not to fangirl out. The daily grind of life has been driving my spirits into the ground lately, but getting to see you all in person Friday night and spend those couple 2-3 minutes just in your presence made everything so much better. Thank you for being you. Best regards, Laura.
She was sweet.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank
She
you.
was awesome.
She had to sign the number 1 because she wanted Jeff's signature to just
Yeah,
be on the
that's right.
10 or with the 0, whatever.
She also said, P.S. Shout out to the gentleman who works at the Hot Shots in Edwardsville for being my hero and letting me borrow his silver Sharpie. I stopped at 3 different stores on the way there, and not one of them had silver.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. All right, one more.
No hellos today. I've been an avid butt wipe guy for years, and now you have me questioning my sanitation situation. I was so freaked out by the bacteria and rash talks that I've now stopped. Now every time I shower, bits of TP is coming out of my crack.
Oh.
Why do we
That-
need to know
That said,
Well, and this is from a show open from last week saying that
important.
butt wipes may not be good for you.
Sure.
so this person goes on and says, that said, how many of you are still wet wipers? Sorry if that's too personal. Let's see. Yeah, then he says something about the upside down.
I'll be
brown
honest with you.
Sharpie.
I'm not a wet wiper, but if they're available, I will wet wipe.
You'll dabble?
I will wet wipe if available.
Ben says, P.S. I'm back on the wipes.
Just do it, Ben.
Yeah.
Just
Good
make
luck.
sure you air it out, dude.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Don't leave it wet down there because that's where the fungus
And
will
also,
happen.
you know, the TP first, and that should be your final thing. It's just like the little cleanse.
Aren't you supposed to pat dry it? I mean, don't you use the TP to pat dry? If you're
I
wet
just
wiping
air
it,
dry.
who's standing up wet?
I do that air dry
Well,
where it's kind of a deep noise.
It's like there's like alcohol in it. It kind of dries out itself.
It does?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Anyway,
The question is,
You do you.
Are you
I like-
trashing it or are you flushing
I'm
it?
flushing it.
No, you trash it. They say
yeah,
non-flushable.
no flush.
You're not supposed to
The ones
flush.
I
your
buy say
pipes.
flushable.
But we know
They're
that that's not true.
Not my problem.
Don't you remember the Fatbergs?
Gosh.
Hoffman's problem.
It's not my problem. Somebody else's. Once I flush it, it's somebody else's
You're
problem.
the worst.
You're the worst. Just being honest. I'm not throwing duty
I love
wipes in
that
the.
he wants to know. He's curious enough, this listener, that what we're doing with our butts.
Yeah.
That's amazing that somebody cares that much about
Yeah.
this show.
I appreciate that.
You know, nobody just wants to be alone. You know, I wasn't afraid of dying when I was a kid. I was just afraid of dying alone. So if my cat was in the room, it was fine. This guy just wants another cat in the wet wipe room. That's all.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with sports. It is 9:26. It is Tuesday. Traffic and weather. One final look. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more, and the NASCAR Cup Series June 1st and 2nd. Tickets available now at www.raceway.com. Right lane block due to a stalled vehicle 170 southbound at Airport Road. Also still a right lane block due to a crash 70 westbound before Missouri 370. Your point forecast, most of the storms are gone. High of 84. Right now it's 69 at the Point Studio.
Birthday, Rizz.
All right. Thanks, Curbs. Man, this weekend I watch a lot of sports. I watch a lot of sports, period. Like, I'm a sports watching.
Son of a
Fool.
bitch.
I mean, so over the weekend I watched a lot of NHL playoffs.
Yeah.
I watched a Kentucky Derby. I watched even the Formula One race.
How do you have time to watch all this?
I know it's either on in the background or I'm like doing other stuff and I'm listening to it. I do that a lot.
And you listen to podcasts and music. I mean, I don't know how you have time. Honestly, you listen to a lot of stuff.
Well, I mean, I like to talk about pop culture stuff and sports being included.
And he loves leaving his house. So.
Hey, I should give myself a pat on the back for taking care of myself because a new study in Japan found that watching sports boosts our mental health and generally makes us happier human beings.
Really?
Uh-huh. So researchers scanned people's brains while they watched different sports and found it activated the reward circuits in our brain, which are linked to feelings of pleasure and happiness. Look at me. I'm happy.
Wow.
There's nobody happier than me, guys, with all the sports I watch. This study proven correct. Just look at me.
You must not have watched the sports I watched last night.
What'd you watch last night?
Our beloved Cardinals.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
There's that part of it. I just like watching, like when the Olympics come on, like I will watch the hell out of the Olympics.
Right on.
Like track and field. I know nothing about track and field, but I'll watch when it's on.
I think that's the norm. I think that how you're watching, it's on in the background, it's just there. That's how people watch sports.
But even like the Formula One race, like I'm not into Formula One racing, but I know it was a big deal. So the race was in Miami, and I had it on in the background, and I would, take a gander over, see what's going on.
You don't even get invested in it, though?
And I'll sometimes sit down and go, oh, exciting stuff is happening.
Yeah. I just love the sound of it in the background. Any of the race stuff. Well, like NASCAR
racing,
or Formula One.
And I tell you what, the NHL playoffs, I mean, it's playoff hockey. I'm watching the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Like I watched most of the Bruins game last night. Bruins Panthers. It's a great game.
I'm glad. I'm glad you watched
Thanks, guys. And I'm happy. Thank you. The study found that people who regularly watch a lot of sports have more gray matter in those areas of the brain, which suggests it might even change your brain structure over time. Wow, look at me. Look at me. Look at all the gray matter I got, guys. Look at this. Check it out. Check me out. All the gray matter.
A great way to increase gray matter is to, sit on the couch a lot.
Watch sports. That's right. Thank you. All right, Moon, what do we got?
Yeah, we just covered the St. Louis Blues president of hockey operations and general manager Doug Armstrong has announced today that the team has signed a 2-year contract with Drew Bannister to make him the 27th head coach in franchise history.
So it's official.
It is official. More of the same for the Birds, though. The Cardinals maxed out at 3 runs and fell to the New York Mets 4-3. New York's leadoff hitter Brandon Nimmo broke a tie with a solo homer in the 7th inning at Busch Stadium. It was tied going into the 7th, and he hit this. Mets win 4-3. That means the Cardinals have now lost 5 out of the last 6 games.
That
Cards meet again
good.
tonight from Busch. First pitch at 6:45. King Scott is going.
Yeah, it changes tonight. They're going to go on this hot streak. Watch it 12
Michael
games.
has pitches tonight, and he's not doing great.
He's back.
He's back, baby.
He's back. He's back. He's so stoked. I'm going to be there. It's a great time. He's already called me a couple times this morning. So
hey, it looked okay. 3-3.
No, I mean, hey, it was a good. They weren't horrendous yesterday. It was actually
horrendous.
really good. They're not a terrible team. That's the thing that's frustrating. They're good.
They just no offense.
They just keep losing simple
Learn
games.
what would you do?
I'd fire everybody. Start
just
over.
clean
Start
house.
clean. Yep. You know what? The best way to get back to number 1 is to just clean house.
Clean
Get
house.
rid of
That's what you gotta
everybody
do.
that's problematic.
She's not wrong. You could fire everyone, and then you find out which team's number 1. You just go kidnap all their players and bring them to your team.
Yeah.
And then you
or
win.
you know what? You look towards the underdogs. People it's the Tom Brady story, right? He was this 6th draft pick, whatever I heard. And
Nope.
and so, what you do
Not
is
close.
you figure out where the hard asses are and you line them up and you get them in there and they'll get you the win. That's what I do.
Okay.
Back to
All
you.
right. That's a
GM
winning
Lern.
strategy.
All right, well, the Bruins beat the Panthers 5-1. St. Louis's own Matthew Tkachuk scored for the Panthers. This was in Game 1. Panthers are number 1 seed from the Atlantic. Bruins still riding high after beating the Maple Leafs in Game 7 of their first-round series on Saturday. Panthers hadn't played since eliminating the Lightning on the 29th of April. Game 2 is on Wednesday.
So we got some friends on the Bruins. Shattenkirk is on the Bruins. Pat Maroon's on the Bruins.
That's awesome.
So I am rooting for the Panthers, though.
I was going to say, I really like those two, especially Shattenkirk is such a nice guy. I freaking hate Boston, man. I can't root for the Boston
I
team.
can't find myself rooting for them. It sucks. And you got Kachuk on the Panthers, and seeing Tarasenko as a Panther is also interesting.
Yeah, and the Panthers rip. It's fun. It would be fun to see the Panthers do well.
With him back in playoffs like this again, is this putting Maroon back? Is he going to be a Hall of Famer?
Pat Maroon?
I mean, he's been in so many.
No, I mean he just finds himself on good teams, and he's a good player. I mean, I mean, Hall of Fame. No, he just.
You don't think so?
No, he's just a guy that is on good teams.
You got to have stats, not rings, and he's got great stats.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Hey, but he's still got some playing time, maybe.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
He's a difference maker out there.
He's definitely a difference maker, and it would be awesome to see him get another and Shattenkirk too.
He's like a fourth line guy.
I just can't actively
Maroon?
root for a Boston team. I just can't do it. Game 1 with the Hurricanes and the Rangers will be the late game as the Stars. I'm sorry, that happens
That's early
tonight,
game.
and then the late game is the Stars and the Avalanche. Timberwolves clamp down on the Nuggets from the opening tip and cruise to a 106-80 blowout win. The point total marked the lowest of the season for Denver and the second time in 2 playoff games that the Timberwolves have held the Nuggets below 100 points. With the victory, Minnesota took a commanding 2-0 lead in the series with a pair of road wins over the reigning NBA champions. I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Thank you. For us, Donnie Fandango is next. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Today's podcast is titled
Golfers Are Psycho, dude.
Yeah.
They are, man.
Your father-in-law still coming to town?
Yeah, they're on their way here.
Still going to golf?
I guess so.
Everything's a go.
Everything's a go. Hope the pants aren't
Everything's a
white
go.
because everything's muddy as hell out there.
All right, Moon, what else?
Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? Tickets are available for the 3 p.m. and the 8 p.m. show. Yes, dress up. It's encouraged. We're going to have a lot of Jedis out there and some maybe even people from the Empire. But yeah, villains, heroes, everything. Dress up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yes, it is fun for everybody.
All right, that's this Saturday.
That's right. ThePageant.com.
Can you feel the punk tonight? All right, I'll learn. What else?
You can just follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. Thanks.
King Scott.
Yeah, follow me at King Scott Rules. And this May 11th, come over and hang out with Liv and I. Will be out at Prestige Pools in the Galleria parking lot. And that is going to be from 11 to 1. We're going to be hanging out there and in the handicap spots. So just come swim with us there. It's going to be fun. Also,
hanging out to the handicap spots.
Yeah. May 20th, the Impact Life Blood Drive event is happening over at the First Community Realty out there in Chesterfield. So come out to that 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Very cool stuff happening.
All right.
Oh, hey, I had a few people tag me that are from the area or at least Rizz Show listeners that are going to be at either my shows in England or in Austria or Germany. I forget which ones. If you're listening or you're going to be out there, like, hit me up. We'll get together. Maybe I get you some
Maybe
tickets
crash
as
at their
well.
place.
All right. Tomorrow, our buddy Luke Spencer from the Rocked YouTube page joined us.
Sweet.
We'll give away Riot Fest tickets. All right, that's it. We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Greenville, Illinois. Dominic Hubbard is our Teamers Member of the Day. Dominic wants to hear this song. Here it is. See you tomorrow. Done it next. Bye.